a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
This isn't Vietnam, it's radio.
Hahn.
I mean, he had a handful of twig and berries.
And Rosenberg.
Everything about it was pure, unadulterated ASS. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, baby. You feel that, Alan?
I feel it.
I definitely feel it. It's feeling like a town of champions 2 days away from a parade with perfect weather outside. It's feeling like everything's happening.
Mm-hmm. It is nice out. But it's not going to – like what I'm hoping, and I'm watching the weather carefully, because we're supposed to get some rain now Thursday, Friday. And that – like there's a part of me that's like no rain could ruin this parade. You know?
But literally nobody ever wants rain on their parade.
Nobody wants rain on their parade.
Nobody wants. That's going to just destroy everything. First
so
of all.
I'm looking at Thursday. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
9 a.m., 15%.
Okay, not terrible.
All the way to noon.
All the way to noon.
15%.
Oh, that's not 15%.
It's light.
Dude, when I see 15%, it's like the party's on, man.
Is that a likelihood? What is the percentage?
15.
All right,
you got 15%. Dude, if
50 means it's 100% chance of rain in 50% of the area.
Yeah, you're talking about 15% of the area.
Oh, okay.
If I told you had a 15% chance to live, you're calling funeral parlors, right? Come on, just be optimistic. Everything is broke the Knicks way. I'm gonna present it to you in two different facets. Okay, number one, everything is broken the Knicks way. Right? Whenever they needed the other team to lose, they lost. When they needed a bucket, they got a bucket, right? When they needed to catch a break, they caught a break.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to rain. Or, hey, you caught every break. Guess what? The one break you don't get is rain on the parade. You take it, right?
And you know what? But it actually might be better.
Great point.
I would take light rain or just kind of overcast versus 90 degrees with humidity. Because then it just ruins it, right? That's how I feel. I'm
great. You know what?
Let it rain, baby.
It's a great take from Alan. Like
no,
90 degrees with terrible humidity.
Oh.
I kind of like the madness of the rain perhaps more.
No,
at least if it's like crisp and cool, like not like nasty and muggy.
So basically, what you're getting instead of a ticker tape parade, you're getting a spitball parade. Because now all the paper that's coming down is now going to rain down on you like wet toilet paper.
Oh no, that would suck. Whatever.
You live
Who
with
cares?
the humidity. Come
Honestly,
on, man.
it truthfully doesn't matter at all.
Humidity is going to stick to you too. Whatever. There's going to be a parade.
We're worried about. Come on, man.
Look at us. Look at us. Look at us worried about how our parade's going to go.
But it rained.
Look at us, right? Look what we've become. Look what we've become. We haven't had a parade 15
Spoiled
years.
brats.
And we're all, look at us, how privileged we are with our parades.
We had our first title in 53 years, but it rained during the parade.
I mean, sure, it was a historic run where literally records were set. The world was shocked. We dominated the next best player in basketball to win the championship. But that rain on the parade, it's like, why even bother, bro?
It's not even a real title.
If I told a Knicks fan that you are going to win the title, you're going to go 16-3. You are going to have a 13-game winning streak in the postseason.
Damn.
You're going to come back from 29 points down in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. But at the parade, it's going to be a monstrous rain, and the guy sitting next to you is going to urinate on your shoes. You'll be like, sign me up!
Right.
Sign me up!
Where do I get the urine?
Yeah, if you told me this in October, literally, I'd be like, is it cold or warm urine?
Right, if I told you before Game 5, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll the dice.
You know what it would be? It would be, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I should drink the urine. They're like, no one even said you had to drink the urine. I'm volunteering because that's how good it is.
I'll bring a specimen bottle with me, and let's go.
Look at us whining about rain at a championship parade.
By the way, I want Jacob to prepare the name drop and the flex bomb button.
Here we go. Okay.
Last night, Don, you don't know this yet, but last night when I was leaving the program. Oh, and there's a drop, Anthony, if you're really good. There's a drop famously about this person of Michael Kay just eviscerating them for no reason, should you want to play it. I was leaving the program, and my friend Skylar Astin texted me.
Oh.
Is that Sean's brother?
He is not related to Sean.
Okay.
He is
He's the president of our union, by the way.
By the way, yeah, I respect him. All hail the chief. But he is an actor. They are in the same union.
Rudy.
And Skylar is a great actor, and him and I have been tight now for 5, 6, 7 years. One of my LA wrestling friends. We've become really, really cool. And now he moved here. So now I see him more. And Alan, I'm sure you see him because he sings the anthem at the Guard 10 times a year.
But I also know him because my kids watch his movies. So.
Oh, they love Pitch Perfect.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. More than Ryan Rucco? I doubt it.
You know what? Yeah, exactly.
I have heard
Rucco
about
travels
Ryan.
with
Ryan loves it. Yeah, loves those movies.
By the way. Well,
hey, by the way, I want to give a shout out
to whom?
My buddy Skylar Astin.
What a dumb name.
He was in a mood that day.
We haven't heard that day every day.
That's every day. Anytime I mention the name of anyone who he didn't know, that's what he said.
What a dumb name.
So
first thing out of the
by the way, great salt of the earth guy. So anyways,
$1 million to charity, he's
it doesn't matter.
God, stupid name.
I want to meet him one day, Peter. Arrange, please.
Well, please, maybe he comes up tomorrow because he is a hardcore Knicks fan. Like I said, sings the national anthem all the time, does a lot with the Knicks. He hits me up yesterday and goes, "Hey, my wife isn't able to go. Any interest in rolling with me tonight to Jalen Brunson's party?"
Oh.
Drop!
Oh.
I drive a Dodge Stratus!
I said, normally on a Monday night, I'm a stay-at-home kind of guy.
Sure.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Well, let's do this. And guys, this meant not leaving the house. It didn't start till after 10 o'clock. So this means and we didn't get there till 11. So this is a big commitment for a father of a 17-month-old at 46 years old. Anyways, what a great time. What a cool thing to get to be a fly on the wall on. And I know there are listeners of ours who hate my guts right now that of all the people who got to hang at the party, it was me. But guess what? I have news for you folks. I'm exactly the person to be there because I got to tell you guys, hardcore Knicks fans couldn't have handled themselves. They couldn't have done it. Don, you know what I'm saying? There are people who, if they were there, wouldn't have been able to contain themselves, whereas because I'm just happy and enjoying the whole thing, I can dap them up and say, congrats, hell of a run, without soiling myself in front of them.
They say they'd have to wear a hazmat suit to protect the other people at the party.
That's what I mean.
Not to protect themselves.
So before you get mad at me, listeners, just think about if you would have been able to take it, because it was everybody. The entire team was there, all partying, having a great time. I'll say this, Alan, I'd never met Brunson. He put you over, said you're a great guy. He's a big Alan Hahn guy. No surprise there. It was the first time I've ever interacted with Brunson in any way. And he just literally is exactly who you think he is.
All right,
even in that moment, sunglasses on, in the club at 11 o'clock at night, time of his life, polite to everyone, kind, present, all of the things. Kat and I spoke. Kat was lovely as well, exactly what you think.
Can I
just
pretend?
Great group.
I'm going to pretend to be every program director and producer we've ever had.
Go ahead.
Okay. Did you ask any of them to come on the show? Did you tell them about Hahn and Rosenberg? Did you ask them to come on? And I know the answer, and the answer is no, because that would be the exact opposite of what you should do.
Thank you. Thank you. They asked me at the morning show today. Laura, I don't remember who asked me. But, I think my camera guy, Bascom, was like, did you tell anyone to come on ELR?
Oh, no.
I went, guys.
That's not what you do.
Do you know that we're already, people like us, media people, we have this weird line we walk of we're in the world with these people, but because we're media, we're seen as, you got to be careful because they're here. If you want to literally be thought of as a narc and be escorted out, you go, hey, Jalen, I know you're really tired, but you're friends with Alan. Do you think you could call the program tomorrow? We'd love to get you on for a segment. That will, you can't do it. You can't do it.
That being said, if he asked for ELR before us, should we feel a way about that hypothetically?
I don't even.
Well, I didn't do either
because I know he knows not to do it, and I know not to do it.
No,
he knows. But full disclosure, he knows we have a show.
Of course he does.
He's quite aware of the show.
Goddamn right.
It's one of those things that you just.
He loves that guy Thursday.
These are things you don't do. That's all.
That's it. You don't. But there's people that don't realize there's things you don't do.
Yeah, they're called program directors. Alan's right. Don's right. It's every one of them. Well, did you at least talk to them and see if they'll come on?
No. You and Peter, I think, Don, you probably know this as well. Those things happen organically. It's usually like when you get a debate on something and it's like, show me something, call in the show, fight me on it. Like that's usually how you do it. You do it like a show me something, call into my show.
If there's
you won't do it, and then you get them to do it.
That's right. I wanted Jack Hughes on after the Golden Goal. You know what I did? I text the PR director. That's what you do.
Yeah, you're supposed to do.
Because Jack and I are cool. We wouldn't be cool anymore if I was angling to get him on.
Well, and I'll tell you what, even
they usually have to offer. Then that's what makes it
different.
better.
Or if he came to me and said, "Man, I was listening to the show, man. Well, how do you get on that show?" Then I'd be an idiot not to give him the number.
even like the artists that I've known. I have some that at this moment, I have artist friends I've known for 15 years. I broke their records on the radio. We have a great relationship.
Well, you broke the Kendrick Lamar right there.
Well, Kendrick, I can't take credit for breaking, but I was an early adopter. Thank you, Don. But some that I did literally break and will tell you, first person ever play my record. I'll never forget it. I was listening to Rosenberg. People like that. I still literally at this moment as we speak, I am sitting there with text on red because I'm like, hey, want to call on the show? Like, there is a thing about getting people to do your show that is just a thing. I don't know why. But I will say again, awesome. Got to have a nice Commanders conversation with Josh Hart. Did all the things. What a cool group, man. What a cool group and what a cool moment for the city. It really cool. Did. It's a
awesome.
time.
I'm glad you got to go. I mean, you've become Mr. New York. So you would know this better than anybody because in New York, every block is a business and every minute counts. So Amazon Hub Delivery lets you earn extra revenue from the business you already run. You and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you. Bryant and the crew at 165 Hardware in Washington Heights, they love it. They deliver during their store's afternoon downtime, and the extra revenue from Amazon Hub Delivery helps their bottom line, and delivering has given the business more visibility and connection to their community. And getting started is easy. No delivery experience, no long-term contracts, and no startup costs. So if you're a New York local business and you're ready to make your next move, visit Amazon.com/hubdelivery, Amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Well, we're starting to get now to the post-mortem part where you bask in the glow, and the analysis is now over. We're not to the point of can they repeat or what they need to do to repeat, but I think it's a fun week of conversations of just placement, right? Because I was listening to a lot of the station today. I was out and about, and we've got this thing going on ESPN New York of the Mount Rushmore. We do that all the time, and where Brunson lies and all that. And I'm up for having that debate, but I think we got to lay some parameters, guys. Because if you're going to say in the history of New York sports, then forget Brunson, forget Eli. You're putting DiMaggio, Mantle, Berra. Right? Then you take the fun out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we did today, and you've probably seen it going around social media, is in the 21st century. So for people that don't know, that's 2001 to today. So it excludes 2000 because that technically was still the 20th century.
So the dynasty is excluded. The Yankee dynasty excluded.
They're excluded. And I don't think purposely. It's just I think, hey,
you got to go with the century.
We're 25 years into. We're a quarter into the 21st century.
Yeah.
And a lot's happened over the last 25 years. And I think it makes it a lot more fun to see who those four would be.
Mm-hmm.
Some big guns are out of there. No Lawrence Taylor, no Mark Messier. I mean, there's a lot of guys taken out because you look, for old guys like me and you, Alan, and soon to be Peter, 2001 feels like it's 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I think so.
This radio station, here's another part of the symmetry of the Mount Rushmore. You could say, since the station began, we started in 2001. So we've been alive for all this.
No, let's
We've
use
been
that
a station for all of this.
In the history of ESPN New York.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
So we started September 3rd, 2001. So that includes, with the Yankees and, going to the World Series. And so it excludes the Giants Super Bowl in 2000, but it does include 2 Super Bowls. Yankees have been to a few World Series and won a title in that span of time. So and listen, the Rangers have been to a Stanley Cup final. In that span of time, the Jets have gone
Jets, 2 conference
to back-to-back
championship
games. The Devils won.
Devils have a cup and
cup
what?
in that span, 2003.
3 appearances or 2 appearances in the Cup final?
3 appearances.
3, right? Yeah.
No, 2001, 2003, 2012. So 3 Cup final appearances. They lost to Colorado because their Cup was 2000. That's
right.
That's the 20th century. So if we put those kind of parameters on it, I think it's a fun conversation.
I like it
to have. So you up for this? Now we're going to have to constantly remind everybody because then we're going to get phone calls from people. Why isn't Lawrence Taylor on the list? Because people don't read and people don't pay attention. But for the people that do, and that's the kind of show you want to angle towards, the people that understand
smart
and
people.
read, that those should be the parameters, right? And listen, I'm not here to say you got to win a championship. I don't think you have to. I just think the significance. I think we get a real healthy debate who those 4 individuals should be in the last 25 years.
I like it. I've already seen it, too, because I retweeted it because I said maybe – so I did like a future one because right now what we have is Brunson, Eli Manning, and Derek Jeter. Then there's an empty space.
Right.
And my contribution, because I'm thinking of somebody who's next, and my contribution was Matthew Schaefer. Because if you're looking at somebody that could be a league superstar, not just a local one, but somebody that could be somebody that, like he's already won the Calder. He's going to be a Norris Trophy winner one day. Norris Trophy, best defenseman in the league. And if the Islanders build right, he could be a Stanley Cup champion. He's that good of a player that you want to build around to win a championship with. And so I just submitted him as a potential future name, like a prospect.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Right. So
the next 4, like ESPN had the next conversation every year.
Yeah.
That could be a fun one. But for the one that exists, of the last 25 years, who belongs on that Mount Rushmore? Now, what was tweeted out is, to me, I don't know how you guys feel, we're not looking for one to add to the 3. We're going to debate whether those 3 should be on.
Fair.
And we're going to come up with our 4.
Okay.
And it'll be the Hahn and Rosenberg, and our listeners will come to a consensus at some point at the end of the show who are 4 in the last 25 years are. Now maybe Jeter. Here's the thing about Jeter. A lot happened before 2001 for Derek Jeter.
True.
The 96 championship. His
98.
MVP came in the 2000 World Series, which we would not count.
Right.
It's really from 2001 till when his career ended in 2014.
Now, keep in mind, the bulk of his career was played in this century.
Right. The bulk of his career, but no question Jeter.
The best of his career.
If you take his whole career. But if you just took from 2001 on, we can have the debate. Because I can make the case that Mo had a better 21st century than Jeter did. Maybe both of them belong. Now, this is all based on Brunson, and I think just the sheer significance of what he accomplished puts him on there, no?
I would think so, because it is a championship. It ended a long drought. He played magnificently in the final, averaged over 32 points a game he averaged, and then the 45-point road closeout. Like, there's too many things to put there to not think. And this guy's been All-NBA now for, 3 years? Not just All-Star, All-NBA. So with all that in mind, he's already had a hell of a run here. So I do think you put him on that. I think Eli's got 2 Super Bowls. His NFC Championship performances are legendary. He is part of 2 epic throws that led to winning the Super Bowl. And then on top of it, them taking down the Patriots in 2007 to me is still, right now I have a hard time putting that even ahead of this year's Knick run. The Knick run was phenomenal, but beating an undefeated legendary Patriots team in the Super Bowl to end their undefeated season is, to me, that's one of the most epic moments you can think of in New York sports.
And
we just
also
can't forget about that. So I think Eli belongs there. I think Brunson belongs there. And now we start kicking around, does Jeter belong there, or does someone else belong there? And how much do we put championships into this conversation?
Well, obviously it's going to be a big piece of it, right? But I don't know. And again, I'm just thinking aloud, and that's what we're going to be doing and taking calls and stuff. And all that. I don't see that you can have a Mount Rushmore that doesn't include Aaron Judge. Because whoever the four – if we excluded Aaron Judge, right, because he didn't win a title, he would be better than every player that would be on the Mount Rushmore.
Correct. So
how do you not put him on?
Well, are you taking Jeter off and putting him on? And Jeter has a World Series title in this time frame we're talking about, 2009. We also know that he finished a runner-up for MVP and barely missed it. And you could argue he probably should have won it that year. The voting was ridiculously close, and his WAR was high. We can do that whole thing if you want, but do you take off Jeter and put on Judge, despite the fact that Judge in his World Series appearance lost, and Jeter's World Series appearance plus another one in 2003, in 2001, I should say. So you got 3 appearances and 1 championship versus Judge, who has 1 appearance, no championship. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we've got to decide. We can't put both on. We'd have to pick one.
It's so much fun. I mean, listen, I have no problem. There's been a lot of debate recently about where do you put the Devils because it's not New York. I put them in. It's the tri-state area. I think Brodeur ends up like Jeter, right, where he accomplished so much prior to the 21st century, but was the goaltender on 3 teams that went to a Stanley Cup, right? So, but I think he kind of falls into that. Yeah, you probably would consider him, but half of his stuff came prior to the 21st century.
His best
than after.
of times, right?
So he gets cut in there, but really,
Brodeur's a good one.
But I mean, in that era though of Jeter,
Henrik too.
Don, you're talking about before you just easily say that Judge is the better, and I guess he would be, better, but Jeter has the ring. You're talking about multiple seasons, over 200 hits, batting over 300 almost every year.
But again, Peter, we're excluding everything prior to 2001. So it would really be.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, post 01, that's what Jeter's number are. I mean, it's batting 320, batting 330.
Oh, I'm not taking him out. I'm just saying that has to be considered. Because everybody looks at Derek Jeter. Let's be honest. All the people that call up and say, I'd rather have Jeter than Judge are basing it on the fact he's got 5 rings. Well, guess what? 4 of those rings are taken off the board if you're talking about the 21st century. But he still was an amazing player. But where do you put Mo? I mean, listen, all right, Mo came up. He was on the 96 team, but he wasn't the closer, all right? Everybody remembers he was a great closer in 97, but he gave up the home run that cost him the series against Cleveland. All right, so 98, 99, 2000, we're talking 3 years of him being the best closer in baseball. And, oh, by the way, another dozen in the 21st century. And he went in unanimous, Hall of Famer. I would put Mo over Jeter, just talking 21st century, right? Or do you put both?
That's not crazy. Mo over Jeter's not crazy.
Because you could go
everything you just said.
So do you go Jeter, Mo, Brunson, Manning, and we're done?
We're done? You put 2 Yankees?
I mean, it's kind of fitting, right? When you look at the time, I mean, Rivas has had a hell of a run.
But now see, and right, because now you're doing if you're going to include a guy who doesn't have a title, then Judge has to be on that list first.
All right. Because Judge is going to the Hall of Fame, but he's not there yet. But we know Lundqvist is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rivas is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right, so
there's so much to this.
How do you exclude them? They're in the Hall of Fame.
That's what I think we've got to figure out the parameters. It's
so much fun.
And do we agree that it has to – because we just finished a 15-year span of no titles, so there's not going to be a lot to choose from if we make you must have won a championship as part of the equation, right?
This is going to be this is going to be fun, okay?
This is going to start fights.
We've got a big show coming up at 4:30. We're going to have our Talk About It Tuesday, as we do every Tuesday. We're going to have an ENN at 6 o'clock, take up until 6:30, and then it's the Mets and the Reds. We want to get into the supplemental draft in the NFL. It sounds boring, but it's actually not.
It won't be this year.
Buck Showalter was a guest of Michael Kay. He's the closest comp to what Tibbs is going through right now. Right? He built the team that won the championship, but he doesn't get a ring. Buck built the dynasty and helped the dynasty. Joe gets all the credit. Buck ends up getting fired. So Buck was on with Kay. What did he have to say? I'm sure he took the high road. But what would we do if we were in that situation? Would we root for the team that fired us? Or were we just happy that what we did led to something special? 1-800-919-3776. We are just getting started on a Tuesday. Don on Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Clear some space in the rafters at MSG. A new banner is coming to the Garden.
Tonight, we play like we wanted to go home champions. To finish the game. Not to start the game. To finish the game. It means the world to me to go in that court with those guys. Whatever environment we're in, home or away, doesn't matter for us.
To have the fans that we have in New York City and be able to bring home a championship after all these years is absolutely amazing.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? Did you know that driving under the influence isn't just limited to drinking alcohol? Cannabis, prescription drugs, and street drugs can all impair your ability to think and react behind the wheel. Drugs, alone or combined with alcohol, can cause poor coordination and lack of focus. Don't put your life on the line or take someone else's away. Cabs, rideshare, or public transportation are at your fingertips. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to make a safe choice. Always drive sober.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats?
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
New York City, get ready as Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th, right in the middle of the biggest sports weekend of the summer. With more than 500 athletes and celebrities, every major league, and hundreds of thousands of fans for the ultimate sports fan experience. Get your exclusive merch, rare trading cards, free photo ops, and a full tailgate zone all weekend long. Grab your tickets before they're gone at fanaticsfest.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
It's happening, Knicks fans! It's happening! It's been 53 years, but for this moment, it was well worth the wait.
I've waited a lifetime for this. I'm now living the dream.
A playoff run that'll go down in history.
This is a dream, but it's real life.
And a team that will live forever.
Champions.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. It's a gridlock alert day. First weekday FIFA World Cup match just getting underway over at New York, New Jersey Stadium. 42nd Street, that's shut down. Buses only from the east to west side. Right now, not too bad on Route 3 westbound heading into the Meadowlands. You're looking good there from 495. Still have lots of extra company on 120. You're packed there heading toward the stadium. Inbound George, no roadwork to slow you down. Looking good on both the upper and lower decks. We do have a Yanks game later on tonight. Probably see some heavy delays heading over to the outbound George. Worst of it right now, Deegan southbound, a collision by Yankee Stadium. Solid ride there and backed up to Fordham Road. Outbound Lincoln will run you 5 to 10. Outbound Helen 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings that same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season might be over, but pests are always in play. It's time to lock down your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of the zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works, and when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. So a lot to discuss, talking about the Mount Rushmore. One caveat that I have, guys, that I think kind of shaves some of the guys like Nescu or Brodeur off the list. There's got to be a buzz about you in the city. You know what I mean? So, listen, I'm a Devil guy, but, Martin Brodeur's not moving the needle in the tri-state area the way, Eli Manning did or Jeter did or Mo did or Judge does. Michael Kay used to have a thing. If they walked through Penn Station, how many people would recognize them?
Yes.
And I think that's a good gauge.
I'm sorry to cut you off. That's why Henrik, to me, is somebody you have to consider because he comes to a lot of Knicks games. And I'm really taken aback by, because, Rangers will come to games and they'll put him up on Garden Vision and you'll get a But when they put Henrik up, they go crazy. So he really has become sports royalty in New York.
Well, because he's a really good-looking guy.
He's also handsome, but but there was something about him when he was really good, very fiercely competitive, and then he's got the je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
So I think that does shave off a few, because I think that's also part of it. Because we talk about kings of New York, who owns New York, who would want to go to a sports Mount Rushmore and see, not who's the guy on the left, who's the guy to the right of G. Then you're out. You're out. And all the guys that we're talking about right now, especially Brunson. Brunson will be interesting how that ages. Because right now it seems like complete folly he should not be on the list, right, or not be on the Mount Rushmore. Okay. Fast forward 20 years from now, it really depends on how things go. That moment will always be remembered, but I still think there's work to be done.
I disagree. I think it only matters who else comes along.
I think
that's part of it too.
It would require someone else dethroning. Because even if first of all, we have to be realistic. Brunson next year is not going to all of a sudden start. He's not turning into John Bagley next year. Okay, he is hit strange pull. No, you get strange pulls. It's no problem. It's a good one. Yeah, it's another less athletic, height-deprived point guard, but he's not. That's not going to happen, right? So we know the kind of player he's going to be. Don, even if he spent the next 8 years just being like this 23-8, 21-9, sort of a mundane version of Jalen Brunson, those kind of numbers plus the championship and the way that it came with what he did in the finals, Don, he's not getting knocked out.
Well,
it's
no,
not happening.
he could. No, you can't say it's not going to happen because it can.
It's going to be very, very
I don't
hard.
disagree, but it depends on, as Alan said, who's next. Because I'll tell you a guy that ended a curse, won an MVP, and was almost perfect in a Super Bowl, Phil Simms. Where does Phil Simms lie in any conversation? But if we went back 50 years, Eli surpassed him with his 2 MVPs, right?
Was Phil Simms ever the best player on his team?
Never. Not even close.
Well, because you had Lawrence Taylor.
That defense.
What I'm saying is
like
that Phil Simms was a hell of a... Phil Simms ended up...
You're making a good point, but I'm just saying, I don't know if he's ever was considered the best player on the team. The LT was the guy on that team.
Well, that's not his fault that they happen to have an LT. But I'm not saying that he will be knocked off. But Phil Simms has been knocked off. Borderline Hall of Famer. Remember, Brunson would have a lot more work to do if the Basketball Hall of Fame didn't include college. Would you agree? Just on NBA, he'd have more work to do to get into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, with the title in his pocket, I just feel like that still is puts him.
And many people believe if Phil Simms doesn't get hurt when the Giants won in '90, now maybe they don't win. It's Jeff Hostetler who helped them. But if Phil got that second title, people believe he would be in the Hall of Fame. He was 21 for 25 in the Super Bowl. Again, I'm not comparing it to Brunson. I'm just saying that right now, Phil Simms would have no chance because along came Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants have won about 3, and they've won 3 titles since then. If 20 years from now somebody comes along that helps the Knicks win 3 titles and is charismatic and he's a baller and he's an MVP in the regular season and in the postseason, that could be something that could knock Brunson off.
I will say this, though. First of all, these are things that are unlikely but can happen. The thing is, though, the title that the 26 Knicks have won has now changed what the next one will be and what the next one will be. Mm-hmm. This first one in 53 years, I hear what you're saying. That would be the Eli comp in theory, right? But I just think that you can't – this moment to me, guys, and you guys didn't really argue it. I mean, it's really hard to – there's not many New York events that are on the level of which this has taken the city.
Yeah, the moment, like what is that Hamilton line? This is not a moment, it's a movement. Like that's what it kind of felt like because it really moved the whole city. But let's by the way, let's not overcomplicate this. All right, because now we're talking about what if this.
Yeah.
We are in the right now, right, Don? Let's stay where our feet are and do it from right now, from this moment. Not worry about the future, but right now, if this is what we're putting together, it's not about what's coming. That was me doing the Schaefer thing. He certainly is in the conversation. Not right now. So let's just do it where we are right now. Okay?
That's where we are.
It just doesn't overcomplicate it. Right. Okay. So Brunson would be there if we are in the right now.
Yeah.
Eli is there if we do the right now.
I think those are the 2 ones that I don't think can be knocked out.
Okay. And now we're in the Judge versus Jeter or Rivera conversation when it comes to a Yankee.
Right. And I would vote for Mo over Jeter if we're talking about 21st century.
And would you vote for Mo over Jeter and Judge? If we weren't going to put 2 Yankees on it?
Then who would be so who
I would make a case for Henrik Lundqvist. Beloved, legendary, got to a cup, wasn't his fault they lost. And as you said, we use the move the needle box office, universally known, can't walk in Times Square by himself. I think Henrik checks all those boxes.
And also, let's not forget, too, the Rangers were nowhere coming out of the lockout, and he's the reason that they got back. And when you look at all the players that played for the Rangers while Lundqvist was there, he was their best player. He was the reason they were good. He was the reason they were competing for a championship. I still think that means something. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get the conversation started with Dan in Florida. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Dan?
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call, man. I love this show, and I love the debate today, and this just shows what the Knicks championship did because now we're having fun.
Yeah.
talking about sports. So I have my list. I'm going to address this to you, Don. You messed my list up. I had it set, and then you mentioned Mo, man. So this is my list, and then I'll address the Mo factor afterwards. So I have Jeter as number one. Now, I'm taking into account regular season and what they did in the postseason, okay? Jeter was clutch throughout. Brunson is next. His game didn't change much from regular season to postseason. Matter of fact, maybe he elevated.
It did. His scoring was up.
Yes, sir. Judge is number three. And because he's such a great player, I don't care about those Yankee so-called fans and haters that he doesn't have a ring. But come on, look what he's done in the regular season. After Judge, A-Rod. I mean, he was an amazing player also, won a ring. We're talking about New York sports and athletes. Now I have Eli. Because you know what? He rose past the level of A-Rod, Judge, but still, he definitely was helped out by the defenses and other factors. The reason I leave Mo out, the only reason Mo has an opportunity to be great is because more than likely Jeter had to do something to get him the ball for the save. I love Mo and all those guys on the list. What do you think, guys?
You know, that's interesting. The way I'd retort that, you know, Jeter and his teammates had to put Mo in that situation, Jeter doesn't have 5 championships without Mo.
That's right.
Mo, because you know what? As much as this may sound crazy, Jeter had peers, right? Alex Rodriguez, Miguel Tejada, like what's his name? Why can't I think of his name from the Reds? No more Garcia Parra. He was better than them, but they were in the room. Mo was in a suite, and everybody else was the floor below. Because if you're telling me Trevor Hoffman was the second best closer during the Mo era, he's not even in the house. My famous line about him is I wouldn't trust him to close a door. All right, Trevor Hoffman, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Mo had no peer. No one was a comp to Mo in the history of baseball. I can't not put somebody on the list.
But wait, did Daniel mention A-Rod?
Yes.
I thought I heard you mention
I did mention A-Rod, yes,
because
sir.
Somebody on Twitter, also David Tavares, said the same thing. A-Rod, 2 MVPs and was huge in the Yankee 2009 World Series.
He was. He wasn't the MVP, but he was big.
Yeah, but he also won MVPs.
Right?
So,
right.
And like you guys mentioned, he did take the attention of the city, negative or positive. He captured the city.
And he can't walk in Times Square. You know that.
But there was a time. And Dan, thanks for the call.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. That's good stuff.
The thing with A-Rod, there was a buzz about him for like 80% of the time he was here was negative buzz.
Yeah, I know.
Poor guy takes his shirt off at Central Park, and everybody's destroying. Right? I mean, so the buzz thing, he got it after he won.
It's like,
but Peter, you weren't here. But
I was alive.
No, but I'm saying on the K show before you got here, like people that despised him.
Yeah.
He sued his own team, but now he's complete. He's risen like a phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where Yankee fans hated him. He knocked the ball out of Bronson Arroyo's hand. Yankee fans were killing him. Meanwhile, Jeter faked getting hit, and everybody said that's what winners do. Like he couldn't.
It's so
win.
true.
Could never win. Oh, it was crazy.
These things change very quickly, guys. I mean, we talk about it with George all the time. The version of George that people know now. And now I'm watching this week, guys. We don't even know how people talk about Dolan in 20 years.
That's a great...
Titles change a lot.
You know, the comp there right now...
The titles change a lot. People are being...
Is Jim going through his older George phase?
I mean,
all
listen,
of a sudden...
Now people think
love him.
They're seeing the speech. They think it's pretty funny. Listen, the whole 10 weeks, no sleeping with your wife... It's a really funny story. If they don't win a championship, if they get bounced in the first round and that comes out, doesn't play the same way, guys. It's stay out of the locker room. Why are you talking to players? Mind your business. Instead, they won a championship. Everything's duckies and bunnies. So we don't know how this thing goes. So championships change everything.
Your boy CeCe tweeted. I'm going to talk about what he tweeted coming up next.
CeCe Sabathia.
That's right. To you and me.
All right.
What did he say?
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch. I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. On June 27th at Barclays Center, 2 undefeated stars step into the spotlight for boxing immortality. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, battling for the unified WBO and WBA World Super Welterweight titles. Only one leaves with the crown. Witness the pursuit of greatness, live at Barclays Center, Brooklyn, June 27th. Final tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's been 53 years. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
16-3, beat their opponents by the most in NBA history in point differential, and now you are champions of the NBA.
Only few people that have that. When the moment gets tight, give it to me, I won't panic. And Brunson's that guy.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
The 2026 New York Knicks. Basketball immortality.
It's happening, Knicks fans! It's happening! It's been 53 years!
It's over! It's over! Knicks fans, this is not a dream! Your long, long wait has ended! Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player gets subbed out, your bet stays in. So if your player has to leave the match, let's say at halftime, now your bet continues on with whoever substitutes in. So you're still into the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. And, of course, you want to get those bets in and then come hang out with me at the ultimate USA Soccer Watch Party this Friday, June 19th, USA, Australia, Calandra's Italian Village in Caldwell. I officially have no other work that day, so it is going to be a straight-up party. This is not a work day, Rosenberg. This is a hangout, watch the game, and have a good time, Rosenberg experience. So come on out, a special USA-themed food and drink menu, although everything on their menu is fantastic. And doors open at noon. I recommend reservations. Get yourself a good seat so you can see all the many TVs as we watch Team USA coming off their greatest World Cup win of all time this Friday at Calandra's.
Now, CC Sabathia has a podcast. That's still the one with Rucco? Or does he have a...
No, I think it's something else.
All right. Well, he tweeted out, got another one for the show. Now that Jalen Brunson and the Knicks are NBA champs, it got me thinking, who is on the Mount Rushmore of NYC athletes? And it was tweeted at 3:30, so... We didn't steal it from him. Hey. He didn't steal it from us either, but a lot of people are thinking that.
Everybody's doing this. It's fine.
Yeah, this is fun.
Lists
are fun.
This is always the good. Like, we're going to argue. We're going to make cases, but because of Brunson's, success here, it does open this up again. Remember we used to do the mural at the old studios that had Amari and Melo and Jeter and Eli. And as they all retired, I remember doing a show at night, and I said, we got to put a new mural up. So right now, who would you put up? And then there was all, it was such a fun conversation. And I don't think anybody's wrong.
No, there's no wrong. And also, there's going to be complete bias in this.
Of course.
Like the last caller that gave his list, obviously, is a Yankee and Giant fan. He had two Yankees. He had a Giant, and he was a Knicks fan. Everybody's going to have Brunson on it for the recency bias of it. Not saying he doesn't belong, but we're doing this because the Knicks won and because of Brunson's performance. There's people that aren't hockey fans that would even consider Lundqvist. There are people that maybe aren't that big of baseball fans or they're Met fans and aren't going to consider Yankees. We understand all that, but it's a fun conversation. They're going to continue with Pat in Maine. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Pat?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, good, man. Hey, first of all, what an epic who you taking out.
I know.
For one.
Yes.
And I think it's a little straightforward, but I'll share it after. I got a couple of points, though. If we're thinking Hank, and I hope I'm not stepping on hockey folks because I'm really not one, are you considering Patrick, too?
No, because he's not in the 21st century.
Yeah. Yeah, Ewing was before all that.
This is
Ewing
21st
left in 2000, remember.
So everything.
Nope, my fault. Don could yell at me.
We knew this was going to happen, Pat. But
no, it wasn't even that I wasn't listening. I've been listening, but I just am dumb.
No,
anyway,
we got to do 21st century, otherwise it gets crazy.
Right.
No, I got you. Sorry about that, fellas. But Dan had a good point too. If he said, where is Mo without Jeter? I mean, where's Jeter without Mo? How many saves did Mo have that made something epic Jeter did? Come through. So that being said, I think Jeter and Mo have to both be on there. And then I think it's Eli and Brunson.
Yeah, I don't want to punish the Yankees for having multiple guys. I'd like to keep it to one per team just because I think it's hard enough to do. Now you're limiting us to just 2 spots or 3 spots, right? Like it's either Jeter or Mo. If you put them both on, man, now you're kind of taking the fun out of it a little bit, right? And So now it comes down to, remember, you're talking about Jeter. It's hard not to think about Jeter as a 5-time champion. You have to think of him as a one-time champion because it's the 21st century. If you look at Mo's numbers and Jeter's numbers, and Peter outlined, Jeter's numbers are fantastic. But Mo stayed consistent. Mo was fabulous as a closer from 2001 on. Yes, he blew the save against the Diamondbacks. I get it. But the guy was just phenomenal.
No, he was, again, he like Jeter, had still the bulk of his career in the 21st century.
But if we're going to put Mo and Jeter on and Brunson's on, then we're having a conversation about one guy.
Well, then it's Eli. Because I think Eli's got to be on this list. I think he's the one guy that he's on with a marker, Don. Don't you think?
Why did they get late? Why couldn't they put 5 on the Mount Rushmore? Really?
Why did they stop at 4? Is what you say?
I don't get it.
Yeah, it would have been easier if they could have just done a nice even 5.
When you
it's
think
odd,
about
but you get the idea.
When you think about it, too, right? Mount Rushmore, like it. Like the obvious ones is George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Big.
And then you have Thomas Jefferson, so you're still in that early time. And then there's Teddy Roosevelt. Doesn't it almost feel like, isn't Roosevelt a little random?
He had a good war.
I love Teddy Roosevelt. He was the only president.
Let's not get into a debate. I'm just saying, like, it just feels like 3 founding fathers and then Teddy.
Well, but they
that's all I'm saying.
But they all have a specific purpose. It's Washington represents birth of the nation. Jefferson represents the growth and expansion of the nation. Lincoln represents preservation, guiding the country through the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And Roosevelt represents development of the U.S. in the 20th century. So they're supposed to each specifically refer to a thing. And so if we were to do it that way, by the way. Birth, growth, development, preservation changes the conversation.
Now, you want to do all time, Craig? Then we go,
birth is Ruth.
Do you think birth of New York sports, legendary New York sports?
The house that Ruth built.
Babe Ruth was the biggest name in the world at one point.
That's
right? So, all right. Bang. So then expansion. What?
No. Growth is next.
I thought Jefferson was next.
Yeah, he's growth.
Well, isn't that expansion the same thing?
Oh, yeah, it's both. Sorry, you're right. It actually literally says growth and expansion.
Okay. So who's somebody that turned sports on its ear, made it just grow?
Mantle?
DiMaggio? Because he was, he had
I always go Mantle over DiMaggio.
You do?
But it's just how it hits in my head.
DiMaggio became also a national figure.
Totally.
It's so weird because if you're just going to go New York, you got to, obviously it's between those two, I guess, but they were just so separated by, decades kind of when it started.
Yeah. And Washington and Jefferson were literally
I don't know, Mantle to me just seemed to bring, maybe because they're with the 61 movie, and it feels like Mantle as big, gargantuan as DiMaggio is. Doesn't it feel like maybe because there's a lot more people alive that saw Mantle, it feels like Mantle put baseball into the pop culture.
For example, to this day,
DiMaggio also married Marilyn.
I was going to say he had Marilyn Monroe. He had a song about him.
Yeah, but I'll say this: if remove Babe Ruth, if Babe Ruth didn't exist, because obviously he's Kleenex, right?
Yeah.
Take Babe Ruth out. If I was at the softball game, and I shouldn't do this when he's having such a great week, and I saw Ray Santiago grab a bat, the joke would be, oh, watch out, here comes Mantle. That would be the joke before DiMaggio. That is Don, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, here, watch out, it's Mickey Mantle. He's the definition of hitting a baseball to a lot of people.
You were talking about the Simon and Garfunkel song, Where Have You Gone, Joe DiMaggio?
Yeah.
Paul said he wanted to put Mantle. DiMaggio just worked better in the song.
Yeah.
But he actually had Mantle in mind because that was his idol.
And to be fair, I wasn't talking about that song.
Oh, what song was it?
There was a song in the 40s called Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, and it was a very famous song at the time. It was like a pop
but we
song.
were at war. We didn't
try
it. You ever heard the song?
Not a great song. Not a great song whatsoever.
Mrs. Robinson, it is insulted right now. Paul Simon would not talk to you. He might take a bat to your head.
I was not referencing that when I said
it's
he
weird.
had a song written
but
about
it's
him.
generational, right? Because We all love Paul Simon. Mickey Mantle's his idol. We all love Billy Crystal. Mickey Mantle's his idol.
Okay.
You know, we're of a certain age that if you're a Yankee fan of a certain age, your dad worshiped Mickey Mantle.
Damn it, we got a break. This is too good of a conversation.
Can I tell you one thing before we go? One thing before we go to the break. I was today years old when I realized that DiMaggio's last year was Mantle's first year. I did not realize that they were literally directly connected, but generationally like that.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg, lots doing, including a talk about it Tuesday at 4:30 on ESPN New York.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
Yeah! Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Me too, Mommy.
You want a snack?
Yeah!
Got it?
Children learn from our behaviors.
Mommy, can you open this,
All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, here.
Thank you.
They learn what is okay from the adults they see.
Mommy, are you on your phone?
If you're a distracted driver, chances are they will be too. What kind of driver are you raising? Funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, June 18th as the Yankees take on the White Sox. And come early for a special giveaway. It's Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Yankee soccer jersey presented by Bank of America. Don't miss Yankees and White Sox on Thursday, June 18th, Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-375-8936. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-375-8936, 800-375-8936, 800-375-8936.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys,
it's Tully time.
It's Tully time.
The Mets continue their series with the Reds. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. And the Yankees start a series with the white-hot White Sox.
Yeah.
At 7:05. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. A lot to get to
what
today.
What the hell is Peter doing? Was he just vacuuming?
Is he in?
That was special. That's really...
What was that, Peter?
Were you Swiffering? What were you doing there?
My back has been hurting me. Okay. And during the break, I grabbed what I thought was a sealed pack. We're working from home today because the whole New Jersey travel situation.
World Cup game.
So I grabbed what I thought was a sealed pack of frozen peas to put on my neck.
Oh, no.
And threw frozen peas all over the floor. So I was just vacuuming up the frozen peas. That's what you heard there. Apologies for that.
Not what you expect to see for the YouTube viewers.
Well,
it was great,
that's the bonus. That's why you got to be on that ESPN New York
be.
YouTube page.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to see.
Sure, the comments are going to be grand for sure. If you're just joining us, we got lots to get to. We got Talk About It Tuesday coming up at 4:30. ENN's coming up at 6. Brandon Sorsby could be taken in the supplemental draft. Would the Jets be interested? We'll get into that as well. But right now we're trying to build a 21st century Mount Rushmore of New York athletes. 21st century means 2001 to today. So that excludes a lot of great athletes, and obviously this is the genesis of this is Brunson and his performance, but who else do you put on that list? 1-800-919-3776. And let's go back to the busy phones, and let's talk to, how about Danny on Long Island? You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, Danny?
Oh, boys, what a ride it was. You know, and you're just coming down off the adrenaline. You sit down, you realize that the Knicks run absorbed 75 of the Mets' first games that no one cared. Get to the television last night after the adrenaline rush. You're going to sit down and try to watch some baseball, and they're down 9-0 in the second inning.
It's like you took a sports lode.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Can we just go right to minicamp? Can we get to September, please? You know what? The problem with this list, and it's not a problem, but it's it's a very limited time frame. Like, if you told me if you were to put Henrik Lundqvist on the list right now, fine, whatever. If you tell me Henrik Lundqvist is on the list 15 years from now when Marco's doing this, then the Rangers have had a horrendous century because he didn't even win a championship. So if you go back 50 years, is Brunson on the list or is Clyde Frazier on the list? Because we haven't had that much to really dig into here as far as championships or great players. Eli obviously is there. You want to put Henrik on the list? Yeah. You want to go back 50 years? He might be third on the list.
Obviously you add years, Danny. There's going to be more players added, but it's still, you're talking about a quarter century of time. A lot's happened in 25 years with the 9 teams.
Think about
Boston,
though. Think about if Boston said for the last 26 years they were going to do their Mount Rushmore. Think how much more meat they got on those bones than we do. We've had some great athletes and but some very few great moments.
Well, I would push back though. I mean, with Boston, you're really talking about the addition of Brady. That's really the biggest thing. Otherwise, I don't know. You're having a Bird conversation, a Big Papi
century.
Conversation.
You mean this century?
Well, the Bruins have won. The Red Sox have won. Every one of their teams has won.
But Danny, on the other,
we're talking about players though.
On the flip side, how you doing this in Cleveland? It's LeBron James. What, like 4 pictures of LeBron James? Like, there's other cities that have nothing.
Johnny Manziel.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Shedeur Sanders. What do you mean?
No,
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at quickly going over the stats. I'm old enough to remember my dad talking about Mantle and DiMaggio. DiMaggio is almost like mythical because it all happened in the 40s, and he did miss 3 years for the war. But when you look at Mantle's meat and potato years from 55 to the 60s, he had a lot of injuries. He was a lot better than Joe DiMaggio. I know some 100-year-old guy from Brooklyn's going to call up and start screaming at me. But if you look at Mantle's best years, he was really unbelievable. But Joe DiMaggio did miss 3 years for the war, which
right.
You have to take that into consideration.
Think about this, Danny. Never mind the fact there's anybody alive that saw him, and thank you for the phone call. It's all stats. Yeah. I mean, none of these games were on television when he played, and if there were a few at the end of his career. Mantle got to play on TV. People got to see him, I think, a little bit more on a national basis just because of the advent of television and all that. But, God, talk about a downer from Danny. It's 25 years. A lot's happened. And also, Lundqvist, I understand everything's about the ring and the championships. But when a guy takes a franchise that was nowhere, counting the lockout, guys, the Rangers missed the playoffs 8 straight years, 7 straight while they were playing. Then they come out of the lockout, and then all of a sudden they become a perennial playoff team. They win the President's Trophy. They go to a Stanley Cup final. I know he didn't win, but he did everything but. There's got to be something that, all right, it may not be a championship, but when you take a franchise that was nowhere, put them on your shoulders and make them relevant again, doesn't that count for something?
It has to.
In some ways, it might be even better than a ring. I just think that's a pretty rare feat to take an original 6 franchise, a popular franchise that's dead, and revive it and make it important again and make it relevant again. I think there's something to that. Let's stick on Long Island. Go to Don on Long Island. You're on ESPN.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Good.
First-time caller.
Oh, cool.
Love it.
I want to swing off of the Mount Rushmore thing for a minute and go back to what Peter was talking about with the Brunson party. I experienced something like that back in January. The Garden of Dreams Foundation had a thing at the theater at the Garden called Knicks Under the Lights, and it was basically a big meet and greet. And people were in the theater down on the floor, and when the team all came in, it was overwhelming. I mean, it was kind of scary, to tell you the truth. But just to back up what Peter said, everybody, Coach Brown, Brunson, Hart, Bridges, everybody was just relentlessly nice. They're just so accommodating of everybody. They must have taken hundreds of selfies that night, and the smiles did not leave their faces. And it was at a time when things were weird, when they were talking about trading Cat, and there was that uncertainty there. But they were great, and like Peter said, the normal people like me, it's just an overwhelming thing.
Well,
awesome.
Niceness is something that this team has in spades, right? Like, you'd be hard-pressed to find a team that just as universally liked each player. Like, what player would you hate? What player's got a punchable face? What player is a punk? What player has some sort of controversy around that? Like, that's pretty rare, man.
Yeah, they have again. You can see how they are with each other, where they rip on each other and all that stuff like that. That's a kind of group where you're just like, oh man, I'd love to hang out in that environment because it's probably hilarious. It's probably fun. Like that's kind of what you see with them, and you don't have those like the one guy that kind of is brooding, keeps to himself, whatever that. Mitchell Robinson is maybe the one guy that is sort of a little different than everybody else.
Yeah, how about this though? I have a big fraud call for Mitchell Robinson.
Fraud?
Yeah, big fraud.
Wow.
Big fraud. Yep. We've heard all the talk about Mr. Country, and we don't see eye to eye. This guy was singing every word to You Got It Bad by Usher. He was dancing in the club to hip-hop, singing the words. I'm not saying he doesn't like his country, but I think the gap between him and the other guys may have been slightly exaggerated.
I think that's honestly, I don't think it makes him a fraud. It makes him more well-rounded. He likes country. Now, obviously, he likes the style of country with the pickup truck and everything like that, but he's into a lot of different stuff, man.
That's right.
He caught a snake in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Caught a snake, see?
Yep.
2 snakes during the playoff round.
I'm gonna tell you, I have a big shocking take here about Mitch and Cat. Very tall. Very. Like, there was a moment at the bar where I was like, I got to get out of here because one of these guys is, like, in front of me and there's another guy next to me, and you start to feel like a child who's trapped. Yeah, like this isn't – I need to move here.
Like when I was stuck in that traffic coming back from Long Island on Friday, and I'm on the Cross Bronx, and I've got a semi in front of me, a semi to the side of me, and a semi behind me.
Yeah.
It felt like I was completely boxed in, and I didn't know – what was in front of me, behind me. That's probably what you felt.
Although it is crazy, though, because to be next to Brunson, like, Brunson really does seem, obviously he's taller than me, which doesn't say much, but, like, not really. Like, he is not in the same stratosphere as his teammates. Like, Josh Hart is in the stratosphere. Jalen Brunson is not in the stratosphere,
but
height-wise.
But you can in everyday life meet people and see people that are Brunson's height
all the time.
Yep.
And the other guys not so much. But who's a nice guy, a likable guy, doesn't have a punchable face. That's Anthony Pusick.
I think none of those things are true, but very kind of you to say, Don. New York, Champs Sports has you covered. If you're looking to get your hands on Knicks championship gear, head to Champs Sports Fan Central Station at 125 West 33rd Street or your local Champs Sports store. The city's celebrating. The parade's coming up, and there's no better time to gear up and rep New York. They've got everything, guys. If you're looking for stuff, if your shipping tells you it's going to be there in August, go to a Champ store. They'll have it for you before the parade if you're going. Knicks championship gear is available now at Champs Sports Fan Central Station and local Champs Sports stores. And while you're there, Fan Central Station still home to soccer jerseys for every national team fan. Hop on the USA bandwagon, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and more, all under one roof.
Love it. Evan in Connecticut, you're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey.
So, Alan, kind of piggyback. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Piggyback off of what you were saying to Greeny about how fans should react to this championship. Should we think about repeating or just be content? I want to counter something, and I felt this right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
After the Giants won Super Bowl in 2007, they followed it up being the number one seed in the East, right? And we all felt good about them, but yet they got bounced. I think it was the division round. So they gave us nothing to really be happy for. And it felt like it was a one-off or it was an anomaly. So I'm going to say is this Knicks team, what's the better outcome or what's the more likely outcome? The Knicks are the number one seed in the East this coming season, but get bounced within the first two rounds, or the Knicks are no worse than the third seed and make it to the finals.
Yeah, I would probably.
I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a top 4 seed, but can still make a run, because I think what they learned is the regular season is not as much of a priority once you win a championship. Like, you look at those Golden State teams, once they did that 73 win thing, then they realized, like, we just need to get in the postseason. Like, we don't need to win 70 games. Like, we don't need to do that. We just need to get in. And once we get in and we're healthy, then we know we can go on a run. So that feels a little more likely than number one seed and bounced early. Those number one seed bounced early things are for like the teams that are trying to prove something, and they really put a lot of stock into the regular season. I'm not saying load manage and all that crap. I'm just saying I just don't know if you're going to get that kind of empty the tank run out of this group. They're 29, 30 years old now. They're not going to do that.
But you don't want to also stray from what made you different than everybody else, and that is taking every game seriously.
Well, I think that's why I'm trying to be careful with how I put it. I'm not suggesting they're going to load manage. I'm just saying, like, he gave me two scenarios, and I just feel like they'll just be that team that's just good, and then you get in the postseason and you don't want to play them.
Hey, there are going to be people. I'm just warning Knicks fans. They probably feel it already. If they pay attention to social media, pay attention to the haters, and I'm not saying the players do, but fans certainly do. They got lucky. Look, they didn't have to play anybody. If they played the Thunder instead of the Spurs, they never would have won, yada, yada. Not following it up is going to feel like that kind of gives fuel to the haters. See, told you. Now Boston got better. Like, if
but
they
when
get
you say
bounced
not
early,
following it up, though, like, in all honesty, like, when you say not – we always do this on the show, what does it look like? Because the Knicks won in 70, and in 71 they lost to Lou Alcindor and Oscar Robertson, and it was like you know if there was radio shows and social media back then, you'd say, well, that's it. They're not beating that team. That Bucks team is going to win a bunch of championships. And then in 72 they were back.
No, but again, it's going to be ebbs and flows. If they get bounced in the first round next year, there's going to be haters. They come back and win the championship game, then you stick it to the haters. Like, it's very fluid.
It's a good
point. It's interesting what the caller just said. When the Giants won their first Super Bowl with Eli, they went 12-4. I think they won like 3 more games than they did the year before. Then they get bounced in the divisional round by Philadelphia. He never mentioned that maybe one of the reasons they got bounced is Plexico Burress shot himself.
Yeah.
Maybe if he didn't shoot himself, they would have won another Super Bowl. I don't know. So you said, what does it look like? And then turn around 2 years after that, and they win another Super Bowl. Listen.
Can I just say, though, I don't. This is like the second time the last couple of days has come up that Don in particular has brought up this idea of, like, things that could happen that fans are going to be thinking about or could take away. Maybe I am overly caught up in the moment. I'm not buying any of it. Like, I really – they would have to be so epically bad next year for it to tarnish, Don. They would have to go 20-62. And, like, if they had a mediocre year next year and they disappointed, they won 48 games and
like
snuck into the playoffs and won a – they would have – Don, Allen, for me, for it to really, like, take any of the shine off, they would have to completely implode. Anything short of that, to me, people are still going to be celebrating this. I don't think people are going to feel intense pressure next year for this team.
Well, I think it just gets kind of back to you want to follow it up, right? And you'll be disappointed if you don't.
But disappointed relative to what? Disappointed to what you felt the year before?
Well, I'm gonna give you an example. All right, Gilberto in the truck. You're on ESPN New York. What's your issue, man?
Pick me to give that example, Don. I applaud you, Don. Thank you so much. Hahn, Peter, God bless you guys. Hope the families are good. Hahn, you're exceptional, man. I told you a few days, I think last week, and I'm gonna give you your flowers again. You were exceptional. Not only during the broadcast of the final game and all the games, but on Get Up, you represented us, man. You represented us, true New Yorkers, like Don does. Okay? We were tired of hearing the what ifs. What if this? What if that? Like Michael said, we played whoever was in front of us. It's not our fault if you couldn't keep them healthy. So we don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to take away from our shine, man. Bro, we waited 53 years. Blew out the competition by 283 points, Don.
And that's what I'm bringing
and
up.
They still nitpicking.
That's why I'm bringing you up, because you're worried about the nitpicking. Well, what do you think is going to happen to the nitpicking if they get bounced in the second round next year? It's going to add fuel to that, and it's going to tick you off. That's all I'm saying, Peter.
Like, next year,
I don't buy it.
I say next year, I honestly think we're going to be right back where we were this year. Okay? I'm not guaranteeing a championship, but they already have the formula. Everybody else is going to start copying the Knicks formula. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a guard that had a never die attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, listen, I think that's two separate conversations. I think they're a very good team. You're probably not going to have to worry about it. Whether they're going to be able to repeat or not, that's another conversation. But, Peter, I'm just talking from experience. When the Devils won their first Stanley Cup, it was in a 48-game season. People were telling me it shouldn't count. It was only half a season.
A bit different, though.
And then they missed the playoffs the next year, and then what do you think I heard?
I hear you, but that to me
frustrated me.
But that's vastly different. Doing it in the bubble, doing it in a 48-game season,
I'll give you another example.
It's not the same thing.
I know a lot of Cowboy fans, a lot of Jet fans. The Buffalo was better. Norwood missed a field goal. You got lucky. And then the Giants don't make the playoffs the next year. What do you think they're saying to me? Oh, you didn't even follow it up. So it's not even about lockouts or bubbles. It's just that
Alan, I feel like Alan is closer to me. And tell me if I'm wrong. And maybe this makes me a snowflake wuss. Listen, it's all on the table, obviously. Just listen to Twitter. My Terps won in 2002. It is 2026. I swear to God, when the tournament comes up, I go, oh, man, it'd be cool if the Terps made a run. If they don't, though, that 0-2, that was something else. And
take it away.
Nobody's taking it away.
No, but what I mean is when in the next year, Maryland went to the tournament. They won by a thriller in the first round, and I don't think they made it out of the second. They didn't make it to the second weekend. And I moved on because I was still relishing the year before. I guess it's just the kind of fan you are. I don't care what anyone says about what this Knicks team is later at all. Like, if I'm a Knicks fan, this is it.
I doubt very seriously, and Alan, you're a lot closer to it than me. I just know, living in New York and being in New York sports radio, that next year it's going to be a different year. And there's going to be disappointments. And if you think they get bounced in the first round or blow a 3-1 series lead in the second round, that everybody's going to call and say, I don't care, we won the championship last year, that's not New York.
Okay? I think the pundits would talk about it. This would be a great conversation. We can hear from Knicks fans all day. I think true blue Knicks fans, while they might be like, aw, shucks, I do not think they're going to be like Yankee fans calling us saying, do it again. I do not see it. Well, then what are we saying? Pundits may say, but fans aren't going to kill them.
In 1987, when the Mets missed the playoffs, I was mad. They had won my first ever World Series the year before. I was still mad.
Okay.
You're still going to be a fan. You're still going to live and die with the team. It's not a get-out-of-jail-free card forever. And you'll always go back and remember it, but it's not, when mistakes are made, and there'll still be people complaining about stuff if they start making mistakes. It's not being a Yankee fan. Nobody's saying a championship's guaranteed, but you get back to being a fan again. The euphoria fades, and now a new year starts. You'll always look back finally at 26, but then living in 27, 28.
I don't know. This
26,
maybe I'm
27.
wrong. To me, the 53 makes this whole thing hit different. It's a different animal. I mean, Don, relative 69 to 86 is a friggin' joke. It's nothing. Okay, I mean, Tom Seaver was still in the league.
It was 1,000 years.
Tom Seaver was still pitching.
Series. It didn't matter. It was my first World Series that I remembered. It could have been 1,000 years. It could have been 10. I was 18 years old.
I know,
it was the first one that I remember in my lifetime. I was 1 in 69.
But the euphoria, we can move on. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. But the euphoria, actually, I shouldn't bring that up given the last week in the city. But the euphoria in this particular feeling, even if you're a 14-year-old fan, the 53 years is factoring into the way the 14-year-old is accepting this championship because it's built in to what is happening. What I'm trying to say is this thing that's happening in the city this week, and I know I've only been here for 20 years, but I really don't think I'm out of school in saying this is a different animal than almost any championship we've seen here. I was here for 07. I was here for 09 Yankees. I was here for 11. I've been here for some championships. This thing is really different, and I really think the holdover of it, of course they're going to get back to being fans. Of course they'll want to win more. But I just don't see there being like people complaining that they couldn't do it in back-to-back years. I don't see that taking much shine off of 2026.
I'm just saying
that's my opinion.
You'll be mad if they don't. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you'll be mad if your team doesn't do good things all the time, for sure. I just don't see it taking any shine away. Oh, I thought you got – if the Sixers fans next year – like the Sixers beat the Knicks in the second round, and then they start being like puffing up their chest as they then go lose to Boston and don't make it again, that they're going to be able to hold it over the Knicks when the Knicks are coming off their championship last year.
Can't happen.
Can't happen.
Talk about it Tuesday. Coming up next, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The 2026 New York Knicks. Basketball immortality.
It's happening, Knicks fans! It's happening! It's been 53 years! It's over! It's over! Knicks fans, this is not a dream! Your long, long wait has ended! Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again!
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen up. Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th for 4 days of nonstop action right in the middle of the biggest sports weekend of the summer. See more than 500 athletes and celebrities, including Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, and hundreds more. All at the world's #1 sports fan festival. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours before they're gone at fanaticsfest.com.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. First weekday FIFA World Cup match going on right now over at New York, New Jersey Stadium. When everything wraps up in the Meadowlands, plan for a packed ride on Route 3 eastbound, heading over to 495 in the inbound Lincoln. Right now, just a bit bunched up from the Turnpike Eastern Spur. Going to be a gorgeous night for a ball game in the Bronx. Yanks are home later on. If you're getting a jump start, looking pretty good over at the inbound George. Heading over to the outbound George, worst of it right now, Cross Bronx westbound. You're bumper to bumper there from the Bronx River Parkway. They did clean up that crash on the Deegan southbound over by Yankee Stadium. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn run you over a half hour. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Well, I'll talk about this first of all. We finally have a goal at what was known as MetLife Stadium, aka New York, New Jersey Stadium in the World Cup, where France now goes up 1-0, as Alan Hahn would say, on Senegal. I believe it's Mbappe who gets the goal here. And now we actually have a goal on the board for the 80,000 in attendance. Guys, it is pretty nuts. I drove past the Link the other day. There is no signage that it's Lincoln Financial Field at the moment.
No, because if you are not a sponsor of the World Cup, you cannot have your name on the building. You can't do anything that isn't already sponsored by the World Cup. So MetLife's not a sponsor. It's New York, New Jersey Stadium. If Lincoln Financial's not a sponsor, it becomes, what do they call it? Philadelphia Stadium, I guess?
What do they call it? I didn't see. Maybe it said Philadelphia. I forget, but it was bizarre. So I guess they'll let the stadiums take the money that they make on whatever, for using the building, concessions, etc. But then if you want anything else, you're paying. If you want your name to be promoted, you're paying.
Right. So what do you want to talk about, Peter?
Well,
what's your talk about?
Listen, this is going to be controversial. I don't want to cause any problems.
But you may.
But I may. I just realized. Oh my! Was that? No, didn't count. Did it? No, sorry. I thought Senegal scored. I'm locked in, as you can tell. Now, I was going to say the argument Don and I are having about whether or not Knicks fans There have been a couple of different things that have come up. I heard Dave Rothenberg bring something up, and now I've heard Don bring a couple of things up. That, if you're a Knicks fan, you don't want to be able to have anyone say it's not legit. Or people may come at you. If next year they were to get bounced in the second round, what are people going to say? And it reminds me of the same sort of arguments we had about the Yankees and Mets rivalry and the Subway Series. And I think what I'm talking about here is, because it is Talk About It Tuesday, is I truly believe this is one of those things that is like a bit of a disconnect for certain sports fans. It's like, what I'm trying to say, Don, I feel like you and Michael still often give sports takes as if you're like a fifth grader who's fighting with other kids who are like going to come and yell in your face. It's like you were scarred by these moments as kids about what happens when your team doesn't do anything, whereas as an adult, like, I don't even think about caring about what another fan base would say about my championship.
Because you didn't grow up in a town that had multiple teams. So if you grew up in New York as a Met fan, you had to deal with Yankee fans and vice versa, Jets and Giants. Certainly Rangers and Islanders and Devils, especially Islanders growing up, because they were in the same division. Like, so that's different. I'm sure everybody was a Commanders fan. Yeah, probably I mean, Cowboy fans and all that.
Obviously it depends on the era of the team, because as you know, as you're experiencing with Marco right now, when you're in an era where the team in the sport's not good, everyone takes to the best team. So there are always kids who were talking trash, but yes, most people at the time when the Redskins were good were Redskin fans.
Right.
But I just don't know that I think it's like as relevant a conversation anymore. I don't. Well, I think it's changed. Like I just, based on the conversations I always have, that when Anthony and Jacob sort of weigh in, they're a solid generation younger than both of us. It doesn't seem like the same bitterness still exists that existed in you and Michael's day and Alan's.
But I'm just feeding off the fans who are calling and tweeting that it seems to bother them that there are people out there that think that the Knicks had an easy road. If you are someone that's bothered about what other people think, then losing next year is probably going to bother you, that you didn't back it up with another championship. If you're a fan like you, that you don't care what other people think, then it's not going to bother you, right? I was bothered by the Ranger fans getting in my face saying, your first cup is illegitimate because it was only a 48-game season. That bothered me. So when the Devils didn't make the playoffs the next year, it killed me. And that those guys were able to double down on that take. If I was somebody that didn't care, well, then it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, I guess I'd be interested to hear from people about, like, really how many people are concerned and would actually care.
But leave that aside for a second.
Go ahead.
I'm just telling you as somebody that has seen multiple championships. When the Giants won the Super Bowl in '86, the next year, the Monday night opener was Giants-Bears in Chicago. Bears had won the championship in '85. Giants had won the championship in '86. They're playing in Chicago. Giants got beat up bad in that game. I was ticked. It bothered me because I'm a fan. The '86 was over. '87, I wanted to back it up. I wanted to beat the Bears, and they didn't. And it bothered me, okay? All I'm saying is, as a fan, at some point, you'll click back into being a fan. Now, the Knicks are no longer a joke, but it'll still bother you if they don't win. Like, if you think that this is euphoria, that next year when you lose, like, I don't care. We won the championship in 26. I think it does begin to fade, and then eventually the 25-26 season is going to click in, and you're going to want to be victorious, and you'll be ticked off if they're not. And if they lose in the first round to an inferior team, you're going to be upset. That's my overall point, is that at some point you'll always look at 26 and it'll be fun and it'll be special.
Well, how about this?
But you'll still live and die with the team.
How about this, though? Could you be less upset than you've ever been about any other season? Because I would say you will be. You will be less if the Knicks disappoint next year, you will be less upset than every other season you've ever had as a Knicks fan.
I'm just telling you, I wasn't.
You weren't less upset?
I was really upset. Because I wanted to follow it up. They built it up. It was Bears-Giants. Who's better, the 85 Bears or the 86 Giants? They built up on national television. I thought it was awful that they lost that game and got beat up on top of it. Like, it still bothered me. That's how it clicked back in for me. You know, like I said, I've got the Giants Super Bowl on DVR. Do you think I'm not embarrassed by this team right now and how they played? You know, eventually, you get back into it. You're a fan, right? You want to follow it up.
No, it's interesting. I guess interesting. I'm sure every fan sees it differently. Jacob, what do you feel? What's the level you think of like hardcoreness you'll have next year about the Knicks doing it again?
If the Knicks do fall short, whether it's the first round or second round, I'm not gonna be upset. Of course, I'm gonna be disappointed because, of course, you want to see a team win. You want to see them get to the championship. But the fact that they broke a 53-year curse this year, I think I'm good with that. Just because I'm a Mets and Jets fan too, so I haven't seen much winning myself.
Right.
So the fact that the Knicks delivered on that,
I can only speak
can't
for
kill
myself.
him.
I just think that having seen multiple championships, it does kind of kick in the next season. It's like we get back to work, just like the players, right?
Well, the players will definitely do that.
But Angel in the car wants to kill me on this take. You're on ESPN.
Thank you,
What's up,
Angel. I appreciate it.
Hey, how you doing? It's Angelo. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, Peter, you're spot on, boy. I tell you, you know what? In this situation, I also don't think, Don, I'm disappointed because it's not the time. I mean, they haven't even washed the jerseys yet from winning, and you're talking about people being disappointed. I mean, this is one of the greatest championships in a long, long time here, and it's the entire city. I don't care what a Celtic fan says or a Net fan says. I mean, of course we want our team to win, but for crying out loud, can we just enjoy the ride, have the parade, and stop worrying about what some?
No, I just took a call from a guy. Why are they nitpicking the champ? I am just reacting to
I don't know
how some Knicks fans are. I don't think you should. I'm not defending their thinking of it. It's stupid. You want a title? Who cares what other people think?
Yeah,
but some people do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you're making the argument here on Talking Tuesday about and even giving somebody like that credibility. You should be telling those people to sit back, relax, enjoy the parade, enjoy the summer, and then potentially worry about it. And I'll tell you right now, most Knicks fans, I would believe, this is exaggeration to make a point, but if they went 2-20, I don't think. Obviously, you want your team to win, and I don't want to overstate it. But boy, oh boy, there's a couple of years grace period here at the very least. Of enjoying the championship without
all I'm doing
fans
is
fans, but I think you're way off base, Don.
Yeah, I'm with. By the way, I'm
you're
with you.
100% right, man.
I'm with you. With also to the point that, for the first 30 games next year, if you're the kind of average Knicks fan, like most people are, you're not some rich person with season tickets. You're a regular fan who goes to a couple games a year. That first game that you go to is a complete celebration of the championship from last year.
It's a regular season game.
I'm wearing my championship shirt. I'm getting drunk at MSG because we're champions. I don't think if you lose to the Bucks 110-89, you're like, oh my God.
Hey, I'm getting beat up here. It was Alan Hahn a couple of weeks ago who said he hopes it's the Thunder and not the Spurs because he doesn't want to hear people say that they didn't beat the best team in the NBA to win the championship. So don't make it seem like I'm on an island by myself, man. I mean, we've been taking phone calls of people that are worried about what other people think. They shouldn't. I'm not.
Okay. I wasn't clear. I'm with the caller. I wasn't clear that you felt that way, that they shouldn't. Because that is just all I'm saying. Who gives a damn?
But it's how I feel. I'm just giving you my personal experience as somebody that has seen multiple championships. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I felt. When the Giants lost to the Bears on opening day '86, I was ticked off.
Well, I could. By the way,
maybe I'm wrong to feel that way.
No,
but
football opening day though is a different sort of animal. I do get it. In football, you play 16 of them a year. At that time, I hear you. It's been so long for me, Don. I listen. I'm still practically rejoicing for the Commanders making the championship game 2 years ago, and we lost in horrible fashion to our bitter division rival. And I'm still like, 2 years ago was pretty good.
You were too young to remember. But the Redskins' first Super Bowl came in a 9-game season.
I know. Oh, I know.
And you don't think that there were people that were like, let's see if you can win in a 16-game season.
No,
and then
did.
you didn't win the next year,
right?
Although you lost to the Raiders.
By the way, got close, though.
You came back,
lost to the Dolphins.
Dolphins, right. So, but, hey, I get it. The thing I'd rather defend in this Talk About It Tuesday is that, for me, the next season, it clicked back in, and I was focused on the next season. It was great that we won, but, I still lived and died with the team. I did not take a season off. Now, John Madden said something when the Giants won the Super Bowl. He's like, as somebody that won the Super Bowl, you almost feel like you should be the Super Bowl champion should take the next year off. Like, that should be part of winning the championship. You don't have to play the next year.
You know what? I love that.
And because he knew.
You get to have it all year.
that once they start training camp, it's back on again. And you know damn well it's going to be for the players.
I know.
And listen, Ken Danico, I talked to him about it. When the Devils missed the playoffs the next year, he had won a cup, his first Stanley Cup. He's got the ring. And when they got beat by Ottawa at the end of the regular season and missed the playoffs, he's on his bench crying.
That's
because he wanted to defend it.
Well, we got a break. Let's talk about it Tuesday on this beautiful Tuesday evening. But I will say that's why you have to have such an incredible – I hate their guts. But GD it if I don't respect the Patriots. That's what makes them so incredible. So year after year, they just kept coming back to compete. And never take a year off it's incredible.
Pretty crazy. A dynasty when nobody thought a dynasty could happen again. 1-800-919-3776. We'll take your phone calls. At 6 o'clock, we got ENN. We're out of Dodge at 6:30 for Mets Reds on ESPN New York.
53 years in the making.
A playoff run that'll go down in history. And a team that will live forever.
The drought is over. The Knicks have their championship.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. That's how Prime members have saved over $2 billion on grocery and household items. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I've waited a lifetime for this.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening.
I'm now living the dream.
And a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Champions.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold off 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think the #1 brand of new vehicle quality by J.D. Power is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim, 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/3026.
Big events are bringing more riders across the region. So if you're taking New Jersey Transit for everyday trips, plan ahead. Check schedules, allow extra time, and consider traveling outside of peak hours when you can. New Jersey Transit is running additional service to help keep everyone moving. But a little planning goes a long way. Stay aware, be courteous, and ride smart. New Jersey Transit, keeping your day on track. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's been 53 years. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
16-3, beat their opponents by the most in NBA history in point differential, and now you are champions of the NBA.
Only few people that have that when the moment gets tight. Give it to me, I won't panic. And Brunson's that guy.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro.
Save DiPietro!
Plus music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
Biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN New York and Michelob Ultra tomorrow, Wednesday, June 17th. Again, that's tomorrow from noon until 2 p.m. at Birdie's Ale House in Southampton. Michelob Ultra will be on site with swag, samples, and giveaways, so come out and join Team ESPN New York and Michelob Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's tomorrow, Wednesday, June 17th from noon to 2 p.m. at Birdie's Ale House, 801 County Road in Southampton. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball. 1-800-919-3776 is the number to call. I cut him off earlier yesterday. I feel bad. So the floor is yours, Blanderson Hooper. How are you, man?
Yeah, how are you guys? I was gonna say, Don, if you hadn't said anything, it was like the elephant in the room. I mean, I got some shoddy treatment there.
Well, it wasn't you. It just I'm a moron. I thought it was the end of the show. I went to a doctor today, and they drew blood from me, and the guy taking the blood was, "What happened to you at the end of the show? Why did you think it was over at 6 o'clock?" So it had nothing to do with you, man.
Yeah, come on, Blanderson. I mean, listen, the call.
It was my
Buck
birthday.
up, little camper.
I spent the rest of my birthday thinking I had done something wrong.
No, how could you? Never.
Happy birthday, by the way.
But listen, two things. Number one, in terms of the conversation that you and Peter are having right now, I'm more with Peter. I waited 38 years for this. Listen, would I like them to win again next year or win a couple? Sure. But if they don't, I'm not going to be mad. You know, we have this one; it can't be taken away. I think I agree with what Jacob said. What Jacob said was he wouldn't be upset; he'd be disappointed. And I think that's a real distinction between those two words. You know, you're always going to be disappointed if they don't follow it up with anything, but mad or angry, like I don't see how you could be mad or angry after what happened this year, just because it's been so long.
Listen, I get it. I'm just telling you how I felt, and I was probably with you after the championship, and then your life gets in the way, man, and you kind of just kick back to normal. The team will always—they're no longer an embarrassment anymore. You know, you're never going to feel that.
Right, exactly. There's always going to be
proud of it, but fans, we'll see. I think I will be proven right. There'll be some moment next year where we're going to take a bunch of phone calls, and I'm going to turn to you guys and I'm going to go, see what I told you?
Well, phone calls, I know.
Well,
that's of course going to happen.
Well, because there are fans out there that are like me.
Happen. Yeah, but Don, you're a psycho.
I'm not a psycho.
You just told us yesterday if you missed a free throw, you couldn't even get dapped up by anyone on your team because you'd be too angry at yourself. You may be an unusual cat.
All right, but don't make it seem like that I'm the only weirdo. Alan, do you think there's going to be some point where we're going to get complaint phone calls about the Knicks and how they're playing next year?
Of course you will, because right now, I'm not. I can't even get in that headspace because I'm still sort of enjoying this. So it's easy right now to say in December and January, I won't care if, they're 12 and 15, right?
Right.
But you will. Of course you will. That's not a right now conversation. That's the.
No,
I guess that's the problem. You've waited such a long time. Yep. I'm not ready to think about next year. I want to sit in this. I want to float on this float for as long as I can until I have to get off it and start a new season.
Or the figurative float?
Well, the float on a pool. Like I just want to lay in this thing and float in the pool for as long as I'm allowed to before I know I got to get out and get ready for winter. That's all. That's where I am right now.
I was just reacting to the fans who are like, why are people nitpicking our championship? Don't care about those people.
Yeah,
Alan, you were gone. You even said, I hope it's the Thunder and not the Spurs because I don't want to hear from people saying we had an easier path. Like it was on your mind too, man.
I know. It's the whole validation thing, right? But
the only person that validate yourself.
Yeah.
I have a podcast about this.
Exactly.
But that's how it is. It's that's how it is right now. And, look, the Knicks won the NBA Cup and people were laughing. Because it's like, it's the only championship you'll ever win, right? Like, it becomes that.
I'm telling you, Nick, I'm begging the Knicks. Raise both of them.
Oh, you have to.
Now you do it defiantly.
Just to stick it to Wemby, right? He'll turn on SportsCenter. He's like, those SOBs raise both banners.
Right. Hey, Wemby, by the way, we're 6-2 against you this year.
No, by the way, they really should do it. Now that they beat them and now that Wemby was such a you-know-what during it, now's all the more reason they should do it.
We've got a big 5 o'clock hour. I want to continue with the Mount Rushmore because I don't think we've really come to any kind of consensus at all. So we could talk more about that. Also, will the Jets be taking a quarterback in the upcoming draft? But wait, the draft was back in April. There's another draft where they could possibly take a quarterback.
This is a hot topic.
I don't agree, but keep going.
Hot topic.
I hope you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm dead serious. No, seriously. This
hot is strong. I'm going to hear
Peter,
it.
they care a lot.
No, I when you guys texted this, I thought someone had a stroke. Listen, I'm all ears.
All right,
I'm all ears. But I'm going to give you 75 seconds, and if it doesn't completely win me over, I'm doing the rare. One of us should be given a full-on veto once a year to go, this is ridiculous, go back to the Knicks.
I only need 60 seconds.
Peter, basketball's over. It's get up. What do you expect? Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com as Fanatics Fest NYC returns to the Javits Center on Thursday, July 16th through the 19th. The world's #1 sports fan festival puts you where sports, collecting, culture, and entertainment collide. See stars like Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson, and hundreds more, including live panels and podcasts, exclusive merch, and Fanatics games with $2 million in prizes. Go to fanaticsfest.com to get your tickets today. Join Team ESPN New York and Michelob Ultra on Thursday, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Southampton Social Club. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's Thursday, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Southampton Social Club at 256 Elm Street in Southampton, New York.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. It's a gridlock alert day with the first weekday FIFA World Cup match well underway over at New York, New Jersey Stadium, keeping 42nd Street shut down to traffic. Only buses and shuttles going to be allowed to get through between the west and east sides. Things are going to be wrapping up pretty soon over in East Rutherford. Already have some solid slowdowns on 495 eastbound, heading over to the inbound Lincoln, about a 15 to 20-minute wait. Inbound George, Yanks are home tonight in the Bronx. You're in pretty good shape for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan a bit heavy, both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn, or any over a half hour. Some pockets of slowdowns at the Tappan Zee Bridge getting onto the Rockland side. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. The big soccer tournament is here. Skip the traffic and take public transit. Sit back, relax, and arrive on time. In a showdown of transit versus traffic, transit wins every time. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, boys.
It's time.
The Mets continue. We got to work on this. The Mets continue their series with the Reds. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30, and the Yankees start a series with the White Sox at 7:05. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew. You try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We started the day, guys, with the conversation about the Mount Rushmore of New York athletes in the 21st century. So that means 2001 to today, because 2000 was technically in the 20th century. And we've batted a lot of different names around. Are you prepared to give your Mount Rushmore now, or do you want more time? Because I think I got mine.
I'm fine with whatever you guys think. I mean, I think I have it.
Well, I want you to have yours, and then we'll come up with a consensus. But I think we should all have our 4.
I mean, I feel like 3 of these are going to be the same for all of us.
Maybe, maybe not.
I think 3 of 4 are. I'm pretty dialed in.
I'm struggling because I had parameters, and now I realize that I can't follow these parameters to complete 4.
What do you mean?
My parameters included a championship, and I can't do that. I can't have 4.
No, not with a championship.
Not if I'm spreading it out. If I have 2 from one team, but I hate that. I don't like 2 from one team. I think I like representation.
Since I'm locked in, why don't I give it, and then you can beat it up or not?
Okay.
All right. We all agree that it's Jalen Brunson. He slayed the 53-year Dragon. He was the MVP, 45 points in the game. We'll see how it ages.
Yep.
But right now, how are you not on that list? The reason we're having this conversation is because of what Brunson did. So he's got to be there. Eli Manning is the only one in the 21st century to have multiple championships. So, and he's an MVP in both Super Bowls. You could argue the first Super Bowl, it should have been the defensive line, whatever, but they give it to quarterbacks, and Eli had an epic throw in both Super Bowls. I think we'd all agree Eli Manning. The 2 quote-unquote controversial ones is, do you take Jeter or Mo? And I take Mo. And here's the reason. Mo went to the All-Star game 13 times. 10 of them came in the 21st century. Started in 95, 96, really wasn't established as a closer until 97. The only time he went, the 3 times that he went to the All-Star game in the 20th century was 97, 99, and 2000. Otherwise, he went every year but one from 21 on. Greatest closer and not even having a peer. Jeter had peers. As great as Jeter was, Jeter's claim to fame is the 5 championships, guys. 4 of them came in the 20th century. I go Mo over Jeter. And then I put Judge because even though Judge didn't win, he's a singular talent. Already we're talking about perhaps the greatest right-handed hitter in the history of the sport. Broke the American League record for home runs. 3 MVPs. Has done it clean. That's what hurts A-Rod. I'm sorry. I love A-Rod, but it hurts him in a tiebreaker.
Fair.
He's got 1 championship, and Judge has none. But, my God, you don't think Judge has star power? Like, he clicks every box but the championships? But, man, it's a hard check in every other box. So, to me, it's Mo, Brunson, Manning, Judge. Who are you taking out? I guess that's the question. Right?
Well, I'll tell you. Yeah. When I go, I'll tell you who I'm taking out.
All right.
All right.
You ready, Alan? You want me to go next?
I'm ready if you're not.
No, I'm ready also. You tell me.
All right, go ahead.
I'm taking out Mo, and I'm putting in Jeter. And
okay,
for a couple of reasons. Don's argument's completely reasonable in terms of Mo in that era, and really throughout his career, but in that era, was singular as a talent. Like you're talking about, we can question any year whether Derek Jeter was the best shortstop in baseball. And most years you probably say, maybe 2, maybe 3. Mo, in his prime, there's no question he is the best closer in baseball every single year. It's basically a guaranteed out every bat. It's insane. We all watched it. We knew the feeling of watching someone trying to face Mo. So in terms of like, if we base it on sheer dominance, Don would be correct. However, when we talked about the real Mount Rushmore and the way that the presidents were decided, they kind of represented different things. And so for me with Jeter, it's a combination of him being a fabulous player in the 21st century. Like, let's not deny it. He is the key piece of the 2009 championship. I went over the stats earlier, just a phenomenal throughout from 01 to 14, literally up until his final game. The guy was the man, right? There's no question. But to me, Don, it was about more than that. Like, because when I look at the Mount Rushmore, I'm not basing it solely on how dominant a player were they, but how much did they represent the team, the city, the sport. And to me, as dominant as Mo was, it continued to be and always will be, when you look at that era, Derek Jeter's team. So even though I agree that you could make the case that post-01, Mariano's the more dominant player, to me, Jeter still makes more sense to be on the Mount Rushmore. So to me, it's Jeter, Judge for how just phenomenal a regular season player he's been, Brunson for what he's done to the Knicks and the level of clutchness, and then same for Eli Manning. How do you not have the guy on who won 2 Super Bowls, slayed the greatest football team in history?
Yeah.
Has to be. So to me, it's those 4. It's pretty easy.
Now, the only argument I push back, and I'll let Alan go on the Jeter thing, is, but a lot of what you're talking about with Jeter, of it being his team, were the things that were accomplished before the 21st century.
But did it feel any different post-01? Like, I was here. It still always felt like
so hard.
It's Jeter's
That's why
team.
These things are so difficult, because you can't just take away the 4 championships he won in 5 years.
They happen.
It happened, but in our conversation, it's semantics, but our conversation, that's not supposed to count. Right? So that's what makes this so hard to do, but I just looked at it from the sheer numbers, and I just think Mo was a better player post-21 than Jeter was. And the championship that they won in 2009, it was A-Rod, it was Matsui, it was Damon. It wasn't really about Jeter in 2009. So the one championship he had, it really wasn't about him.
But again, I think, and I want to let Alan go, I think we're then getting into, again, the level of great ball player that he was. And to me, while, yes, the actual play on the field is a major part of it, with Jeter, to me, it goes beyond that. Yes, I totally hear what you're saying, and the greatness prior was certainly the most definitive part of his career. But, God, even in the bad moments, Jeter just loomed so big. 03, 04, 09, he was still just such a big, huge part of this city and the sport. Anyways, Alan, I'm curious now to where you fall on all this.
Okay. So, again, we're in lockstep together on the Eli stuff and obviously on Brunson, okay? Like those are easy. And with Brunson, it's beyond the championship. It's again, you're talking about move the needle, box office, can't walk in Times Square. I think Brunson's reached that point. 3-time All-MVP, you got to throw in there. Swept everything this year. Won every title and every MVP you can win, except All-Star MVP. That's the one he didn't get, but it's All-Star. In the Yankee I want to put in this one, I'm going to go with Jeter. I'm going with Jeter. The first 9 years of the century, he hit 300 8 of the 9 years. He, 4 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Sluggers, All-Star MVP, World Series, and I think that matters because he did factor in it. And I think you can't also the MVP. He should have won the MVP in 06. He should have. Morneau hit more home runs, but he didn't win the WAR battle. It was a 15-13 vote. Somebody was like, I don't want to give it to Jeter. Right? Morneau's team didn't win. The Yankees won. They were a winning team. So, I hate that MVP situation in 06. It takes away from it. So if you're looking at it in that, and then I'll go with what Peter said also is, at that point, not only was he the captain, that was his team. The Yankees were him. It was Yankees and Jeter were synonymous. So I feel like that's a Mount Rushmore kind of thing. So I'll put him there. And I think the ring matters. The last one is the hardest one for me. I hate putting more than one teammate, right, or team in what I want to spread the wealth, and every sport's represented. So if I'm going to stick to my plan on that, the one non-champion I'm going with is the guy who I think, especially when you consider the sport, you rarely see this. He can't walk in Times Square. He moved the needle. He's known by one name, and that's also a big deal to me. And it's Henrik Lundqvist, Vezina. Actually, he was a top 3 for the Vezina 4 times. Won it once, was a runner-up another time, and then he was third 2 other times. He got his team back to the Stanley Cup final, which they hadn't done since '94. Pretty damn impressive for the Rangers when you consider that kind of a run. And he was the reason. He was literally the reason that year. So it's 15 years that he played and was all with the same team. And so while he did not hoist the Stanley Cup, he came damn close, and he did just about everything else to be considered an all-time great. So I would put him there just because I'm the type. I just feel I need to spread the wealth. And if we're going to do 4, I want all 4 sports represented if I can do it.
And
that's the case I made for Henrik Lundqvist.
I could see that. It's a fun conversation, and nobody's wrong. I just hate it when we've got to put the parameters on it.
I know.
If you don't put the parameters on it, then it gets too crazy, right?
Well, I'm with you, Don, because what I fought with too is that if you take the parameters away and just turn it into strictly performance, A-Rod's on. Multiple MVPs, World Series, like that. Like anybody, if you took his name away and put somebody else's name on it, it's an obvious one. But because of who it is, the history there, it's not as easy to do. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's a fun conversation.
Yeah.
If we were to do all time, I think the only way to do it fairly would to represent each sport. So if you said, who is the best baseball player?
Yeah.
It would be Ruth.
Yeah.
Who was the best football player? To me, it'd be LT.
Okay.
Who was the best basketball player? They probably would be
Julius
Ewing.
Irving.
Now, too much time in Philadelphia.
If we're
right?
being technical,
I think would it be Ewing and hockey all time in New York?
In New York, Brian.
That's
Leach?
the one that really makes it very difficult.
Is it Mike Bossy? 10 years.
That's the one that's way more debatable, right? Is it
Brodeur?
Brodeur? Is it Bossy? Is it Gilbert? Is it Leach?
Yeah,
to me, I think Leach is the greatest Ranger.
Brian's on that, but like again, Mike Bossy had scoring records like you dream about, like Peter would say, and 4 Stanley Cups.
But
Conn Smythe, like he's got quite the hardware.
But it's just so, and we kind of touched on it a little bit. Like, let's see how it ages. But Brunson's got to be there. But let's see how things age in the sense that who could come next? Could somebody come next?
Well, you're putting Brunson ahead of Willis Reed if we're doing all time. Willis Reed.
Well, no, I'm just talking about our
Finals MVPs.
No,
an
I'm not
MVP,
talking about
2
that.
championships.
No,
like
the greatest Nick is Patrick Ewing, and there's no net, right? So, I'm just getting back to the original conversation of our Mount Rushmore. The only way Brunson ever gets knocked off of this is like, what's next? Like who could come? Like, let's say this team, if somebody develops and they win another championship with Brunson on the team, but somebody ends up being like, we don't know. Like, nobody saw Eli coming. Like I said, Phil Simms would have been on this. Phil Simms was the man.
Things go wrong, he demands a trade, and he's only here for 7 years, like something like that. Like then,
but I'm not even talking about the negative. I'm just talking about there could be another player that does this.
Okay, well,
right? I mean, as a Giant fan, Phil Simms was 21-25 in the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl MVP. And we never thought that there would be a guy come along here, Eli Manning, and win 2 Super Bowl MVPs, right? I mean, Jets are still waiting for the next Namath. But sometimes some franchises get it right.
Well, and that's the other part of it. But no, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Not easy to do whatsoever.
No, and then we're not going to be able to come up with a consensus. I thought I was ready to concede. If you went Judge instead of Lundqvist, I was like, all right, listen, I'm outvoted 2-1. We'll go with Jeter.
Okay.
But now you threw Hank in. I don't know if we can come up with a consensus. And nobody's wrong. It just makes it so much fun.
Yeah, Hank's tough to me. I mean, he was, because I guess as big as he was for a hockey player, I still don't think it's on the level of the other people that we're talking about for this list. And again, that gets into how we justify what should be on the list. Is it all about how dominant you were at your sport or position, or are we factoring in your popularity, your cultural impact, all the things with it?
Well, but you could look at the other way, Peter, and say the fact that Lundqvist is so known in a sport that's not as known just shows you how great he was. But he didn't win a championship. He did have peers. It's not like he won every Vezina, right?
No, of course.
No, but that makes it debatable. But
top 3-4 times is pretty
I
damn
do
impressive.
think, yeah, and I do think that where the Rangers were and they became relevant all because of him. And you look at the team that went to the Stanley Cup Final in 2014. He was by far the best player.
Oh yeah,
and won the President's Trophy in 2015. By far, the best player. No, it's a great conversation. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get back to the busy phones and let's talk to Jose in Connecticut. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to agree with Alan here. I think we're overthinking because I don't think you have to have a title in New York to be on the face of the century. I think the buzz and who you are in New York. So obviously to me, with like Brunson, Eli, and then I'm picking Jeter because even though Mo may have been better, Jeter was a captain. He was the face of the Yankees. So, but I got to put Hank, and I think, Don, you appreciate this. I didn't even care about hockey until that first Stanley Cup run against the Kings. Like, Hank made me fall in love with the Rangers and hockey, and he's still around in New York all the time, and he gets as big of a pop at those Knicks games. Every time I've seen him there, like, he's still around. He's still like there. You know what I mean? So I'm putting him there because I feel like he's like he carries himself like a legend, and he had the town buzzing with those Rangers, a couple of those Rangers runs. So yeah. I got to put him in there, man. So I think, Alan, I'm agree with you. I mean, obviously there's no wrong answer. It's like kind of like, but I think to me I feel like sometimes we try to pigeonhole, oh, we got to win the title. I feel like some of these New York legends, like look at the Ewing. Like, it was not just the title that can like add to it, but how they made us feel. You know what I mean? They're still around too. And my other point I was going to say, I think it's
that's good.
Yeah, and I think it's a shame. I told the screener, with someone like DeGrom, like he could have been that guy, but he just kind of didn't want to be in New York and left. But if he would have stuck around, imagine he was.
Yes.
Yeah, imagine if he was on a team that went to the NLCS, right? Again,
well, you know what's interesting, Jose? That's why you need to see it age. Like somebody tweeted, there's a few people on social media that were saying DeGrom. It's not even that it was too short; it's how it ended. Like it never mind, no championship. It wasn't his fault that he never got the wins because the team couldn't score for him. There were so many times they'd lose 2-1, and the one run they had, he had the RBI single. But he didn't go that long in games, but there was a time where there was a buzz around him, but it ended poorly. So I'm not taking anybody out, any of the guys that we've mentioned for DeGrom. And I'm a Met fan because it just didn't age well to me. The injuries, the asking out of New York, and that's got to be part of it too, right, guys? Like, he is not, and it's a shame, but like, he's not a guy that I think is going to be as revered by the New York Met fans as he should for how dominant he was because of how it ended. And maybe you blame the Mets for that, but I just think he didn't want to really be here. That's got to count for something, right? How you embrace your time here.
What did the caller say? How they moved, whatever it affected you, right? Like how you felt about. Like I think that is a part of it.
Yeah. Let's go to Joe in Monroe. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I think not having Jeter on, I hear what you're saying, Don, about the post-2001, but by that time, I mean, Jeter might be the most famous New York athlete. Like, it's like taking Washington or Lincoln off, in my opinion, but like you said, it's personal. So I also wanted to defend you, though, because this conversation about Knicks fans that saying they won't be mad next year if they lose in the playoffs. Like, I get that it's so amazing and it just happened, but like, you're a Knicks fan. You're going to be upset when they lose. I think that's like a crazy argument to have at all. I don't really understand the other side. If the Knicks lose next year, I'm going to be upset. I mean, it doesn't take away from anything that happened this year, but like, you're a Knicks fan. You're going to be upset if they lose.
But would you agree with me? But would you agree with me that you may be upset, but you'll be less upset than you've been any other year in history?
I think, yeah, Joe, come on, right? Like, you don't have the same
but that's
urgency
just Knicks
anymore.
fan history.
But what I'm saying is that's the ultimate point. That's any fan is going to be upset when your team doesn't win. But if I'm the argument, the drop the mic for me in the argument is, if you can say, oh yeah, but it would definitely be less than ever before in history. Yeah, so sure you'll be upset, but it's markedly different than every other year, no matter what.
But now you got it, man. Right. Like, and Joe, thank you for the phone call. Like, then it, not that it fades. It's just that now you're a champion, and now you get hungry, you get a little greedy, right? And it'll hurt. It won't hurt as much next year, but then the year after that, the fandom's going to kick in, man. It's going to. The Ranger fan that held up the sign, "This is going to last a lifetime," was right and wrong. He was right that you're never going to forget 94. But at some point, 94 is not going to be enough for you to go through 8 straight years of missing the playoffs and the team being an embarrassment. And that's it. It's a great salve that eventually it'll always be there. It'll always be great. But then you kind of get back to business, and you'd be surprised how quick you get back to business.
You get back to wanting
Tom
more.
Coughlin freaking got fired. Think about that. And you know what? I can be honest with you. One day Mike Brown will get fired. Yeah, we all be loved like Don Shula and Bill Parcells and pick your spot, but that's how sports is, man. Like, it's such a business, and it sucks. I love the way Peter's thinking about it, because I wish it was like that.
But it will be for a little while. That's my only point. Of course, you're going to get into it, and you're going to get hungry again. I am questioning whether that feeling kicks in for people next year. Yeah, I am.
All right. So what are you betting on, Peter? Now that the
Well,
Knicks
it
are gone?
depends. Well, right now, it's the biggest stage in the world, and so I'm probably betting on FanDuel in the World Cup because guess what? Sometimes, here's the deal, your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them, but not anymore. Not with FanDuel Super Sub. If your player subbed out, your bet stays in. All right, your player leaves the match, but the bet continues on with the substitute, so you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The numbers are in for Game 5. Will the Jets take a quarterback in the upcoming draft? Yes, there's a draft coming up.
Is there?
It's Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Clear some space in the rafters at MSG. A new banner is coming to the Garden.
Tonight, we play like we wanted to go home champions. To finish the game, not to start the game. To finish the game, it means the world to me to go in that court with those guys. Whatever environment we're in, home or away, doesn't matter for us.
To have the fans that we have in New York City and be able to bring home a championship after all these years is absolutely amazing.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold off 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think the #1 brand of new vehicle quality by J.D. Power is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/3026.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. First weekday World Cup match just wrapped up over at New York, New Jersey Stadium. Going to see a packed ride heading over to the inbound Lincoln. Right now, just about a 15 to 20-minute ride. 42nd Street still shut down between the west and east sides. Only buses and shuttles allowed through. Also, New York-bound New Jersey Transit trains. You got to have a World Cup ticket to get back into the city. Inbound, George, we've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Deegan bumper to bumper in both directions, heading heading over to the stadium with the Vine for the outbound, George. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Helena on you 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Soccer fans, join R.J. Santillo and Ray Santiago of DiPietro and Rothenberg on Saturday, June 20th for a watch party presented by Radaburger Pilsner. Watch the match between Germany and Ivory Coast at Radicast Hall and Beer Garden in Brooklyn starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy Pilsner perfection since 1872 from the first German Pilsner. Come out, grab a cold Radaburger, and join the energy with ESPN New York. That's R.J. Santillo and Ray Santiago live at Radaburger Hall, or Radicast Hall, and Beer Garden on Saturday, June 20th, brought to you by Radaburger Pilsner. We've got the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
For Game 5. Did you get to see them, Alan?
Yes.
And I'm sure, Peter, the way you reacted, you have seen them.
You don't know.
And the number, well, the number, I'm going to tell you what the number is. After we've also got some other news we got to pass along to you. 24.5 million. Peaked at 33 million.
Whoa.
157% higher than last year's Game 5.
What?
And it's the highest rated Game 5 audience since 1998. We're talking Jordan's Bulls, man.
Wow.
Think about that. So
yeah, that's The Last Dance.
Those are monster numbers. Also, John Carlos Stanton, Chris Kishner tweeted, re-injured his calf, Boone says. He's going to have a slow week this week, not a lot of baseball activities, and not any running. So,
well, not any running, that's a regular week, but...
That's no problem. That's
but the baseball activities you'd like to see.
That's not good. 1-800-919-3776. Oh, there was a guy that was going to go after us, and he hung up.
Gutless.
Oh, well.
Gutless. Or just a bad connection, but gutless seems more fun to go after him, right? Now, I know you were hot to talk about this because it is a big deal. Brendan Sorsby's been in the news, right? Texas Tech gets busted for gambling, gets suspended 2 games. How he's not kicked out of college football, God only knows. But
doesn't make sense. But
he's decided, you know what? Forget college. I'm going to go into the supplemental draft. Now, to run what the supplemental draft is, it's a draft in which you will kind of, for lack of a better word, bid on one of your draft picks, rounds that you have, and say, you know what, I'll give up a second-round pick to take him in the supplemental draft. It's happened locally before. In 1992, that's how the Giants got Dave Brown. They sacrificed the first-round pick because Bill Walsh thought he was the second coming of Joe Montana. He'd be wrong, but... All right, and you said this was a conversation this morning on Get Up about, the Jets still needing a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if they like him, and Mike Tannenbaum said that maybe a second-round pick could do it, where do you stand on that, Jet fan? Would you give up a second-round pick?
Well, let me just...
to take this kid in the supplemental draft?
Yeah, let me draw Peter in. So Brendan Sorsby was, as you know, bet on his games and has that fight with the NCAA, so that's why he's in this place. He normally would have just played this year for Texas Tech, his third school, and the expectation was that he has the type of talent that would have made him a top 10 pick in next year's NFL draft. he would be one of the top quarterbacks available in next year's draft. So because of this battle that he's having, he has decided, all right, forget it. I'm not going to deal with the college thing anymore. I want to make myself available to the NFL. So they will have these supplemental drafts when this stuff happens, when a player just suddenly becomes available that doesn't have any NFL background. So now it becomes how bad do you want him? Because this is now as if you're jumping the gun on next year's draft. And what it'll cost you is like what Don said. It's a weighted lottery. So the Jets, who were the number 2 pick in the draft, they'd have the second most chances to win the lottery, but it doesn't mean they would win it. And what's also here is what Don said. The Jets could put a bid in using, all right, next year's 3rd-round pick. But if another team bid a 2nd-round pick, they actually would win they would get them. So it's a lot of chance going on here and how bad you want them. So from a Jet perspective, you could get a jump on next year's draft and get a quarterback of the future that would have been a top 10 pick who's got a lot of potential and talent without having to have another bad season and finish top, with a bottom 5 record. So it takes away the pressure of don't lose that game or don't win that game, right? So that's why right now the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Browns are 3 franchises everybody's looking at to see would they try to scramble and try to land a quarterback that they might have been able to get in next year's draft, get him early, get him in your facility, and start developing him now. And so that's where it is. And the Jets are definitely a team that would be part of this. Mike T, I asked him, he said, if I'm the Jets, I'd do it. I might wager a 3rd-round pick or even my 2nd because I got 3 firsts.
You said that word.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
But
I said, is he that good? He said, yes, he's that good.
All right, but the conversation to me is if he's that good, then yeah, you do it. Why wouldn't you do it? You don't have a quarterback. But
you're bringing
controversy
in, though,
he's in is, does it make it worth it to take that chance? Can he overcome that? Is that something that is too deep a scar to take the chance? For me, if you think he's good, and all I have to do is give up a 2nd-round pick, I think he's worth the risk. But, God, is that something that can follow him and hound him and really be a detriment to his development and him becoming a great quarterback?
Right. Does he have a true addiction that you'd have to then guide him through and get him help and hope that he doesn't deal with this? That's one. 2 is, let's say you do win the bid and you get him. Now he becomes a media distraction. Constant conversations, a lot of stories about it. He wouldn't be your backup quarterback. He'd be your 3rd quarterback, I think. I think you'd want to develop him. He'd probably, whatever suspension he would have to live with, if there was a suspension, because that's what happened, I think, with Terrell Pryor when he was in the supplemental draft. The NFL honored that suspension. So would they do the same thing here? So there's a lot of question marks, but for the Jets in a big market with all this media coverage, is it a distraction that is worth it to you without any guarantee that he won't have a problem, that something might not happen? You'd have to do a lot of work and a lot of research on this. But Mike T told me the talent's there. He's 6'5", got a great arm, couple of arm angles. He can run. He was going to be a top 10 pick in next year's draft.
I think I speak for a lot of people when I say, I think this has been a good discussion. I think ground has been covered. I think the degenerate who is probably not going to end up being a Jet was a nice chat. And we should go back to the team that broke the 53-year drought and is world champions until Thursday at 6 o'clock when they kick us off the air.
Supplemental draft probably won't take place till July. So that's
fine. So, you're saying we have even more time to talk about this situation.
We are early. But because he just announced he's going to make himself available, this is something that if you're a Jets fan, you should pay close attention to. And I personally think, and I know I'm a Jets fan, but I personally think this is like one of these things that this is part of the service we provide, is to just put this name out there, put the situation out there.
We did it.
And keep it in mind.
I think we did a great job with it.
But you don't find this compelling at all?
Next week.
The Jets are desperate to find their future quarterback.
The Jets don't exist. New York Knicks. Next.
They don't exist.
I'm just being like, guys, I'm not a programmer. I get it. I'm not a programmer. But the most unifying popular team in the city won the championship. Until I am watching soccer at Calandra's on Friday at 3, if it's not, a Hall of Famer, God forbid, has passed away, I don't know what word should be coming out of a mouth that's not New York Knicks basketball. It's all just opinion. There is stuff I want to say about this, about how badly I think the Jets are not the organization to take on someone with any sort of character flaws. Disaster city. Stay away from it. No interest.
There you go.
But I would save that for next week. That's just me personally.
There's my guy. Now you're talking.
No, I have thoughts. But
Okay.
it's Knicks time.
But you don't want to do. All right, you want to hear Knicks? Here's some Knicks. Deuce McBride, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby. You know where they are right now?
Hold on. Let me take a guess. It's 5:30 at the soccer game, at the World Cup.
They are. They're at the World Cup. How's that? The hardest ticket to get, hardest place to get, and there they are, 3 of them. Just
You think Chopper? How do you think they got there?
I don't know. It's a great question.
But it's done, by the way. I think France
and
already
OG's
finished
in the
up
same
business.
exact outfit he's been wearing for the last 3 days.
I'm here to report to everybody. I will give one bit of information from last night's fiesta where I saw the team.
Tell the new audience again. Tell the new audience.
It's 5:30. Yeah. Good friend of mine, Skylar Astin, phenomenal actor, star of the Pitch Perfect films.
Mm-hmm.
He is is friendly with the Brunsons in some way. I think particularly Jalen's sister, and he was invited to this fiesta last night, and his beautiful wife Chloe was unable to go. And he said, "Peter, would you like to join me at Jalen Brunson's celebratory event?" And I said, I think we have a drop. You bet your ace, is what I said. So went to this party. Shout out to Spin King. Great music, great vibes. Team was there. Got to chit-chat and say hello, congratulate everyone. Was just sort of a fly on the wall and had a good time. But I am here to report that OG Anunoby, his eyes were open. He was fully awake and having normal conversation with, he was emoting. He was a living. Because if you saw him earlier in the day on Good Morning America, there is reason to believe, Don, that he took something that if they gave it to you in the parking lot, you'd want to test it out. It was I don't know if you saw the face that I'm referring to, Alan, but he looked like he was on another planet altogether.
He was giving me Weekend at Bernie's vibes.
He was giving
dead.
Not Don, dead at Jace
on him. Yeah, it was a Jace.
He was. They asked him a question. George Stephanopoulos and Strahan asked a question, and I think it was kind of directed towards OG. And he just completely ghosted, and the whole team just looked over at him and fell out laughing because, he just was on another planet. The only other funniest thing I think I saw yesterday, and the clips I saw of Allen were tremendous. Spike Lee was on there. It was awesome. Wu-Tang crushed it, all that.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite part, they had them all out together, and Mike Brown came out and did the Who Let the Dogs Out again. Don, the look of embarrassment and cringe on the faces of of Kat and Jalen as coach is singing Who Let the Dog. Alan, it's legitimate. My dad is here.
Oh, that's 100% what it looked
embarrassment.
like.
Alan?
I think we lost Alan.
Don,
he had a microphone malfunction.
Don, have you ever seen someone fade themselves out mid-conversation?
Today's been quite the day.
But we'll get this fixed. More calls coming up at 1-800-919-3776.
There we go.
ENN is at 6.
Damn.
Don, Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
53 years in the making.
A playoff run that'll go down in history, and a team that will live forever.
The drought is over. The Knicks have their championship.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
June 27th, Brooklyn. 2 undefeated forces collide at Barclays Center. Jaren Boots Ennis, Xander Zayas for the unified WBO and WBA World Super Welterweight titles. This is the pursuit of greatness. Final tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening. It's been 53 years. But for this moment, it was well worth the wait.
I've
waited a lifetime for this. I'm now living the dream.
A playoff run that'll go down in history.
This is a dream, but it's real life.
And a team that will live forever.
Champions.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN and Michelob Ultra on Wednesday, June 17th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Birdie's Ale House in Southampton, New York. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's Wednesday, June 17th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Birdie's Ale House in Southampton, New York at 801 County Road.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with zero sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and us live starting at 1 p.m. And an appearance from DiPietro Rothenberg, Bart Carlin, and more. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and a chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer ball past Rick DiPietro. Plus, music from Surfin' for Daisy. I talked to Steve today from Surfing for Daisy, and we picked the song.
Oh, the conversation's been had.
It's out there. Who will be playing an hour before and an hour after the show. It's all brought to you by Spike Dade, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and the New Jersey Lottery. Must be at least 21 years of age to enter. Alan, you were going to say something, and then you had mic issues.
I don't know.
Some may call them performance issues.
Wow.
Your
First
mic
time
didn't
for
perform.
everything.
Nice.
It was before the moment was lost. It was about what happened on Fallon, but now I'm now caught up in what song choice this is.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. It's
oh boy,
it's
we're going outside the box.
Yeah, not LL Cool J outside the box. Like it's rock. It's rock, but
is it like what? Can I guess an era? Can you give me an era?
Late 60s, early 70s. I'll get you the exact year of the song.
Oh, wow.
While we're doing that, Ken in White Plains is back. He's the guy that I said, he was going to go after Alan and I, and he dropped. And
let's go.
Allegations were thrown out, but he's back. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Hey, love the show. Been listening since 2009. Alan, love you. I wanted to say something about Jalen Brunson that stood out to me. You know, we talk a lot growing up in sports about being a good teammate, not being a ball hog, picking people up, shaking hands, all that stuff, next play mentality. And as kids, like, those sound like simple lessons. But what's remarkable is seeing Brunson still living those values at the absolute highest level of basketball. He told a story the other day after Josh Hart missed that dunk. I think it was game 4, and Hart had his head down. And Brunson tells a story about how he went up to Hart and told him, get up and move on. And that hit me because at this level in the NBA, the speed, pressure, physicality, the best players in the world where you think talent is a separator, you see someone like Brunson shows that mindset and leadership still matter. And for me, that's where he really sets him apart, you know, from so many other athletes I've seen today. And of course, being a Knicks fan, it's just remarkable and something special to see. And I didn't want this, you know, the post-championship, exuberance to end without at least me getting a chance to share. So I appreciate you taking the call.
No problem, Ken. He's special, and you know what makes this team special? Let's be honest, okay? Not every athlete's destination, their mission statement, is to win a championship. Some of them do it because they want to get rich. Some of them do it because they want the personal fame of being the greatest. This team, it felt like, and especially Brunson, mission statement was a championship. Put the egos aside, and for Brunson, put the money aside, and let's go get a ring. And I can't fathom in my mind that wouldn't be the mission statement for every athlete, but guys, you know it's not. Some guys are perfectly happy to make their money, be famous, get the girls, get the commercials, get the glory, and they'd like to win a championship, but it's not the most important thing. For Brunson and this team, it was number 1, 2, and 3 on the list of the most important things they wanted to do, and it showed.
And the mindset thing is a real thing. And I know some people roll their eyes sometimes when you do mindset stuff. There's a part of there's those of us who stop on all those memes and read them or listen to them and think about it. And there's people that are like, this is waste of time. But mindset does really matter a lot in sports and where your head's at and how you can handle any type of adversity, how you get through the adversity, moments where your nerves are shot, all those things. And that's something that very underrated by him, very remarkable. But also in what he did in that moment, which is, again, a phrase now I'm always going to use, next play energy, which is something that's what they're about. Okay, so you made a mistake. He said, I've never been afraid to fail. And it's a real thing with him. Never been afraid to fail. Because you make a mistake, all right, next play. That mistake is erased if I now do something great on the next play. You totally forget about it. Yeah. And so he was telling Josh, all right, that happened, but we still need you to do something great. So let go of that so that you can do something great. That's the part I think that I don't think a lot of people know about Brunson. But that's probably the secret sauce to his success more than anything else.
Barry in L.A., you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for taking the call. I just wanted to chime in a little bit, on the Mount Rushmore stuff.
Sure.
Alan, I totally agree with your 4 because I do think you got to go for 21st century. You got to go different teams. Mm-hmm. The one thing when you guys were talking about all time, and I think this is going to probably irritate a bunch of you guys. I don't think you can put the Islanders, the Devils, or the Nets in New York, Mount Rushmore. I think you have to, if you're going to win a championship, I think you have to be down the Canyon of Heroes. And if you're going to hold your Stanley Cups, like on the Hempstead Turnpike, I don't think you're a New York team.
That's not. Listen, here's the
I know what he's trying to say, but market is still market.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's like the yo-yos who think including Buffalo, the Sabres, and the Bill. No, come on, it's in the market, and the Devils and the Islanders and the Nets are in the market. But one of the criteria for at least me, and I think you guys agreed, was the buzz. And as much as Alan loves the Islanders and I love the Devils, and there are Net fans out there, you know how big a deal you have to be to create a buzz. If Marty Brodeur played for the Rangers, there would be a statue outside Madison Square Garden of him. And there would be a buzz. Mm-hmm. But, 7 miles away across that river, it's a different world. If Jason Kidd was doing with the Knicks that he did with the Nets,
no doubt,
there'd be a buzz.
Yes.
It's just that's the reality. And I accept it, and I think Islander fans accept it too. I don't think it has anything to do with the not being in the Canyon of Heroes or Hempstead Turnpike. I don't, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's a smaller version of what's going on. It doesn't make it unimportant. It's just that it's hard to create the buzz.
Right.
And the Devils and the Islanders have had players that are every bit as good, if not better, than anybody that's played for the Rangers or the Yankees or the Knicks or the Giants. But it is what it is. You don't have the fan base to create the buzz. So that's where I would look for it. But you know what creates a buzz? Like nothing.
I know.
The Tuesday ENN after championship.
Oh,
absolutely.
Like your dream.
Hahn and Rosenberg take about the Mets baseball at 6:30 on ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right, if your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. All through this tournament, the betting options on FanDuel bring you straight onto the pitch. Who will score the first goal? How many shots will each team have during the match? It's all right there in the app. And with same-game parlays, you have a chance for bigger payouts. And best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery. Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. First weekday FIFA World Cup match wrapped up not too long ago in the Meadowlands. 120, just a packed ride, bumper to bumper between Route 3 and 17 in East Rutherford. Leaving New York, New Jersey Stadium and heading over to the inbound Lincoln, just about a 15 to 20-minute ride. They do have a dedicated bus lane. 42nd Street still shut down between the west and east sides. Only buses and shuttles allowed through. They should be picking that up at about 8 o'clock. Also, New Jersey Transit, if you're heading into the city, you got to show your World Cup ticket to get back into Penn Station. Inbound, George Yanks are home tonight in the Bronx, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Deegan, some solid slowdowns heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound, George. Outbound, Lincoln are running about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound, Holland around 20 to 30. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your Motorcycle.
Hey, Suze, can't make it to your party. Gotta defrost some chicken. There's tenders, boneless thighs. Gotta keep an eye on it.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are the 2026 NBA champions. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, how you doing? Good, grand, wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN, of course, tonight, you could have guessed it already. It's brought to you by our friends over at Fanatics Fest NYC. It's going to be incredible, guys. How about this? Your NBA champion New York Knicks will be in the building.
Go Knicks!
That's exciting.
And so will Danhausen. All at Fanatics Fest. That's right. Tickets available now at fanaticsfest.com.
By the way, speaking of Fanatics, you see that the Knicks have just destroyed the previous record in sales of championship merch.
I believe it. Yeah. It's insane what's going on. And not only that, the bootleg scene is incredible and insane, too.
It's all over the place, too. You can't go – there's like gas stations on Long Island on the corner where somebody's got something set up with all the shirts made up.
And some really good ones, too. Let me start off here on ENN tonight by saying good evening to my friend Don.
Did you ask any of them to come on the show?
And to Don.
You tell him about Don Hahn and Rosenberg? Did you ask him to come on?
And to Alan.
What the hell is Peter doing? Was he just vacuuming?
And
you really were. It was fun.
And to
I
Alan.
saw it. It's great.
Alan, it's like legitimate. My dad is here.
Oh, that's 100% what it looked
embarrassment.
Like. And if you, yep. And all of a sudden,
I think we lost Alan.
It just got out.
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
It's like I sunk into water.
Good evening to myself. Hey, Jalen, I know you're really tired, but you're friends with Alan. Do you think you could call the program tomorrow? We'd love to get you on for a segment. Good evening to Tracy Morgan.
Who you gonna call? Jalen Brunson.
Mikal Bridges has been busy on Instagram.
Oh, yes.
Had some things to say about Wembanyama.
Go guard Wembyana, Victor, the f***ing French Prince.
Did he say Victor?
Anything else, Mikal?
Go guard Wembyana. Anything
else, Mikal?
Jalen on a view this morning. JB Bad. Goat. Bad.
No.
Wilma statue.
He yesterday those IG lives were around 10 a.m. after they did television, and Mikhail was cooked.
Yeah,
by 11 a.m. cooked.
8:08, baby.
It has been a hell of a week, and it's still going.
Is it what you're supposed to do? Like,
yeah.
Is this how? Because again, this is new to me. I don't know this world. So is this just like you just go on a week-long bender? It probably has to end at the parade, and then you're done, right?
The parade seems to be when everybody kind of separates, goes their own way. But there'll still be, I'm sure a lot of them still live in New York, and usually you get the party, and then there'll be the book. Somebody's going to have a book out.
Well, Fred Katz is already working on it. I think he's ready. It might be ready for the fall, this book.
You think so?
Very good writer. Yeah, he's been working on a book. So this is just the timing, like as if he knew this would be the time to do the book.
Now, and sometimes there are players. Is there any player you think that'll attempt a book?
If you're Jalen, don't you wait?
Well, but you also want to strike while the iron's hot, right? Usually you'd like to, obviously with a collaboration. With a sports writer or somebody that you trust to try to get it out there before the start of next season, right? Or usually by Christmas, right?
Well, I would want to do
peak sales.
Like you'd have to spend a lot of time. Like again, if I had, I have a million jobs, so I don't have any time for this. But like for me, I was thinking this. The book I'd like to do is like, something involving Brunson, but not just on him. The story of his mom and dad, both athletes, both the story of like Rick and his career and how they had to do a lot of moving around the country and the world because he was a journeyman. And of course, the now famous video of him, of both parents that were on that basketball court pushing young Jalen up and down the court. Everything you do has to be legit. Do it again. And just how they were able to coach him, push him, but yet also guide him to a point where he's constantly crediting them for his success. There's probably a lot of lessons to be learned there for sports parents, don't you think?
Yeah.
So that, to me, would be a very interesting book based off of that.
Now, hopefully fans are doing this. I should have actually reminded you. Unfortunately, we weren't on Sunday. You got to keep, even though newspapers aren't what they used to be, you still get the back page of the Post and the news. Got to have that.
Yeah, my buddy at Newsday, I asked him to print me the Newsday back page.
And the thing that I kind of miss, Peter, that I did get a chance to do for all the championships that I've seen, is the cover of Sports Illustrated. That's unfortunately no longer a thing.
Damn.
But that's the cool.
And by the way, that's the best one, if we're being honest.
That always was the one you loved.
ESPN, they used to have the ESPN the magazine.
Yeah.
ESPN did a magazine just on this because it provides a cover.
Well,
Time magazine put the Knicks on the cover.
But there's something about like that rite of passage after a championship. If you were looking for like the last thing, because it would always be like a week later, of getting the Sports Illustrated and seeing your team on the cover for that was always,
of course,
a big deal.
Can I
and then you get the book, you get the clip. Like that's the other thing too. I got not for the last two Giants because I got older, but like as a kid, I'd get all the newspaper clippings and put it into a photo album.
But I will say, the newspaper covers, like I'd get them, and then they literally just end up sitting in a box collecting dust somewhere forever. And you're like, oh look, and then 20 years later you look at this newspaper. Oh, there it is.
But we got to see, if you get them, you got to frame them. That's the thing. And I knew somebody that owned a frame shop. You got to laminate it so it doesn't age and yellow on you, and then you get it framed. These are all the things you got to be doing.
I only have one that's hanging up, but that's a good idea. I need to get one.
Alan Hahn was on Get Up. I don't know if you're familiar.
Who's that? They put anybody on TV.
Here he is.
What's up, Boo?
Here he is talking. What were you and Vince Goodwill talking about?
How do we know that any of the last 8 champions are actually validated because they have not done it again? Giannis is itching to get out. Boston is thinking about trading Jalen Brown. They don't believe in their one championship. LeBron's one championship in LA was not enough. So why would it be enough for us?
Validate is the Larry O'Brien that I put on that shelf and it stays there forever. That's the validation. The Laker thing.
Oh, you mean participation trophy then?
I'm sorry, Larry O'Brien is a participation trophy?
If everybody gets one.
It is an actual trophy. You won the league that year.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man.
What?
This is what forces the narrative, especially in the NBA. I don't think it exists as much in other sports, but in the NBA, you got to go do it again. Otherwise, it was a one-off. It was a fluke.
Well, I didn't understand that even, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't get what he's saying.
He was trying to suggest like validation is if you win a title, you're really not an all-time great team if you don't do it again at some point.
But let me ask you
and
something.
I was so he said the context of the conversation was this is 8 now different champions in 8 years, right?
Yeah.
And the expectation, unless the Knicks repeat, would be you'll have a 9th different champion next year. And so that's almost a decade full of no repeat champions. And is that good for the league, parity and all that stuff? And I said it is as long as we have rivalries. Yeah. And his argument was, no, it's not, because you want to have the dominant teams that win multiple and you see it at the highest level, like the Celtics and the Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s, the Spurs in the 2000s. You know, the Warriors would play the Cavs every year for like 7 straight years, right? LeBron and the Warriors played each other like a ton in a row. And he's like, you're validated as an all-time great because you're just doing it over and over again. And that's when I said, well, one title validates you. It's a title.
Well, it
validates
you for that
participation trophy because, everybody now gets a trophy.
Well, not everybody. There's 30 teams in the league, and 8 of them have won over the last 8 years. There's still 22 of them that haven't gotten it yet. And at some point it's going to end. But one of the other 8 will win. So what if it ends up being Boston and it's 2 championships in 4 years?
2 championships and 3 trips to the finals.
So, but yeah. I don't understand. Like, the whole idea is to be a champion, to be the best team that season, right? And yeah, you want to try to get more. I was just arguing that earlier in the show. But now it's just it doesn't matter unless you're a dynasty. Well, no.
I don't understand.
And now it's got to be measured up. Well, you got a championship, but my championship's better than your championship. Like, what do we do? It's one thing if you have a Pollard game or just like we're kibitzing on the air about this on a sports radio show. But like to have analysts start talking about, well, you got to do it again, otherwise it doesn't matter. Like, dude, who was that again? I don't even remember who the yo-yo moron that was talking.
Oh no,
Vincent Goodwill.
Well,
honestly, who is? I don't care. I'm saying it, not Alan. Who is this?
He covers the Knicks. For,
he didn't play?
ESPN. No, Vince. No, he's a reporter.
He didn't play.
Yeah, he's a reporter.
What the hell is he talking about?
Again,
it's one thing if you're a player and you are on a dynasty team, but dude, stop it. Honestly, obviously he's not a moron. It's a moron statement. He's not a moron.
He said after the fact that he said it was hyperbole.
Oh, well,
and
don't apologize
no one
for
took
these
it that
people.
way.
They say what they say.
This is akin to Manfred's piece of tin.
Well, I have my problems with Manfred too.
I know,
and that was the wrong thing to say.
I didn't understand it. I was so caught off guard that people are like, you really showed cool in that moment. I'm like, I didn't know what to do because I'm like,
this is
I didn't understand what he was
supporting
saying.
my argument. Like, Peter, I understand you're not supposed to care what people say, but the championship was what, like 72 hours ago, and now the conversation has to be.
I've never heard.
You got to do it again, otherwise it's a participation trophy. That wouldn't irk you if you were a Knicks fan. Stick it up this guy's, and win another 3 in a row and shut him up.
Well, respectfully, I don't know that they don't care what Vince Goodwill has to say. I mean, I'm sure he's a fine personality and he's very compelling.
I'm sure he does a great job.
He did some more trolling. Here he is on Unsportsmanlike talking about Jalen Brunson.
I think you have to have a magnetic personality to be face of the league. Great story, extremely great athlete, and you have to want it and go above and beyond with the media. Jalen Brunson is none of that. Very stoic. He's
like me, acknowledge me. I'm going to say something so over the top that I'll finally get recognized. Shut your mouth. Now he's got to be the friggin' face of the league. He's the face of the Knicks. That's all that Knicks fans care about.
Well, I
disagree
disagree
with
the
national conversation.
I disagree with the premise.
I don't know
I
who
think
you
he can
are,
be.
and I'm going to continue. You could say the most dumb thing, over the top thing. Still don't know. Still don't care.
Just to give you context.
Oh, again, you supporting.
I'm not supporting.
He's giving
I'm just
context.
explaining it. Yesterday,
I need to find a way to be relevant. So I have to say over-the-top things so I get played on other radio stations so people know who I am. I'm not tolerating it. Next subject. Not on this show.
All right. Yesterday, Jay and Monica suggested that why can't Jalen Brunson be a face of the league kind of player? He's the face of Kobe, of the Kobe brand with Nike. Right. That's one thing he has become. So I'm sure Vince was asked about it, and that was his response.
So that's what Knick fans cried about when they took to the streets on Saturday. We finally have a face of the league.
No, I don't.
No, they were crying because their team finally won a championship.
Yeah.
Forget the face of the league. Forget how many times they're on national television. Forget whether the pundits think it's the best Knick team, the best team in New York, the best team ever to wear white jerseys, the best team to ever play at the Garden. It doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. Clown show. Is that all this is now? That's why I'm like almost embarrassed sometimes to do what I do for a living. It's not about intelligent conversation. It's all about what can I say that will get me played? What can I say that is going to make me feel relevant? Get ripped, because there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's moments like that make me want to get off the air and go teach somewhere and just pretend this whole damn thing didn't happen.
Perhaps Ramapo.
Oh, I think that's in Don's future when it's time.
When
he calls it a career.
Let it be tomorrow.
Oh, I know how to make you feel better. I have Aaron Glenn audio.
Oh.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3.
I went to Rampo. Look at me.
You saw who was at Jets, whatever that was today, practice or a workout, whatever?
No,
who had
who's
a
that?
Jet T-shirt on?
Who was there?
Rex Ryan.
Oh, big sexy Rex.
Brought him
Speaking of
in.
people who say anything. How about this? Kansas City Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice was released from jail on Tuesday after serving a 30-day sentence for violating his probation.
You're not supposed to do that.
Poor guy.
He had been in a car crash that left multiple people injured in Texas.
Remember that? And
he had been booked in Texas on May 19th after testing positive for THC. That's smoking while driving.
Huh.
Upon his release, he slipped past reporters, jumped into an SUV, and left. Happy Trails Torts. John Tortorella, who guided the Vegas Golden Knights to the Stanley Cup Final, will not return as head coach next season, the Golden Knights announced earlier today. Torts turns 68 next week. It was a surprise hire when he was brought in with 8 games remaining in the regular season. The Knights had fired Bruce Cassidy with 1 year remaining on his contract, and, of course, Torts did what he did, but apparently it was just I'm here for a good time, not a long time kind of situation.
Don, your thoughts?
The general feeling was that we're going to probably fire Bruce Cassidy anyway at the end of the season, unless they won the Cup. They were done with him. And that they got John Tortorella because he was going to be a hot candidate and somebody was going to scoop him up during the offseason. They didn't want to take that chance and did it right away. Clearly, that was not the reason. They just thought they had a better chance of winning with Torts over Cassidy. I don't know why they did it. He's not the reason they lost. They weren't as good a team as Carolina. But obviously it was a temporary fix. I want to give Anthony Corona, who's working over at NJ.com, covering the Devils now, the credit for this. I think Torts should be an assistant somewhere because he really is good at helping young kids. He knows the game. It just, as a head coach, having to deal with the media, dealing with players sometimes, that's where he ends up losing a lot, and that's why he always ends up getting fired. I think his future now is I think he'd be a really good assistant. He was an assistant under Mike Sullivan for the Team USA when they won the gold medal, and if his ego could take it, and not being the man, and I think it could. If I were a team that had a head coach, I would see if that head coach wouldn't mind working with Torts because I think he has value knowing hockey and would be an outstanding assistant.
That's especially like either a young coach or a young team, right? And you're right about the whole, like, first of all, if you're a head coach that brings him in, you got to feel pretty secure about your job because you know things go south. The team could always say, well, we have a head coach sitting right on the bench. We'll just make him the head coach. He's 68 times. Like, he's clearly still had a passion for coaching, but is being a head coach, you think, still the only thing he'd want to do? Could he do? Like, Jeff Van Gundy has been an assistant coach.
Yeah.
You know, he got back into coaching, and he was an assistant coach with the Clippers. And he seemed to, like, his passion was reinvigorated. You saw him on the sideline. He's up and down. And Tyronn, Ty Lue was pretty, comfortable in his own skin and in his own job to not feel threatened by it and lets him. You want to run a huddle, run the huddle. You're going to stand up during defensive possessions, you do that as well. You want to act like a head coach at times, go for it. He had no problem with it. So it's a unique situation, but we've seen it happen before.
You know where it could happen, and again, they don't have any openings right now, but if there was an assistant opening under Mike Sullivan with the Rangers, I think that'd be perfect.
Wow.
Right? Mike Sullivan was assistant under him with the Rangers, so the roles would reverse this time, but like I said, he was the assistant in the Olympics for Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Sullivan's got cups. He wouldn't have to feel – no, listen, anywhere a former head coach goes, somebody's going to be looking over their shoulder. But Mike Sullivan's got a long-term contract. He's got, Anthony, another 4 years left on his contract, reportedly.
That's right.
I would think that would be a good landing spot. If the Rangers needed an assistant, I think he would be perfect there.
All right.
Well,
we shall see.
Sure.
It remains to be seen. The Williams sisters are back, folks. In maybe the most poorly kept surprise of recent times, Serena Williams is making her way back to tennis. And now, at the combined age of 90, the Williams sisters are back at Wimbledon. Serena and Venus won a combined 21 titles on the grass at the All England Club in their singles and doubles careers, and now they're going for one more. A doubles wildcard invite for the sisters was announced earlier today by the organizers of Wimbledon. It starts in less than 2 weeks. And, of course, this comes after Serena, who's now 44, decided she was returning, but dipping her toe in the water to return to competition. Again, you guys know how I feel, considering, where I'm at with Tiger Woods. If you're still at an age where you can do this, and, like, in doubles, there's no reason to think they can't still be competitive, but particularly in doubles, where you don't have to cover the whole court. Why not? Like, life is short. Have fun.
I love it.
I love when these athletes never go away. But, Peter, you follow tennis certainly more than I do. Is doubles ever been a thing?
It's a thing in its own way.
Is it ever like where there could be a lot? Because obviously there'll be attention now.
Oh, I think it'll be a thing now because of the
this will be a
story.
Thing. This will now be a thing. But in general, it's a thing like within the tennis community for the players themselves. There are players who love to do doubles and collect a ton of doubles championships, and they add it to their ledger. Yeah, you don't get a lot of doubles on TV. It certainly not the same. But in this case, them being one of the greatest doubles teams of all time.
Sure.
And it also has to be, but here's the question, I guess. We're sitting here in June. Serena's now toying with things. She's getting an invite there. Like, how long a process are we talking about, and what is her goal? Like, is there a world in which she's hoping to be able to play in New York at the end of August? Or are we more thinking like a year from now? It's like, hey, maybe I do one more U.S. Open in a year. And that would be the goal.
Yeah, doubles allows her to still use her power and everything else about her game, but not have to cover as much ground, because I think that's the hardest part. For her, as the older you get, it's just so much harder, especially with the speed of the game, to play a singles match. I tell you what, if they're in doubles at the U.S. Open, Pete, I'm going.
Yeah, it really would be interesting. If they're playing doubles at the U.S. Open, it'll become the biggest ticket. It'll be right up there with Sinner and Joker. Like, that'll be as big a thing as there is at the U.S. Open as if the Williams sisters are playing doubles.
Wouldn't you want to go? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, listen, I saw her last match at the U.S. Open. It was brutal, but it was a lot of but I love the history. So yeah, I'm here for it. I got no issue. Listen, you're an all-time legend, and you can still play. Now, listen, the argument that Don and I have gotten in 1,000 times with Tiger is, you're coming back and you're basically vomiting on yourself. Is that great? Probably not. I think we all agree the Williams sisters coming back to play doubles, they're not going to embarrass themselves. They'll be able to play. They'll be just fine. Why not do it? I'm sure tennis is feeling very good about that. Floyd Mayweather, we've heard he's coming back to fight. There was a Mike Tyson fight. There's a Manny Pacquiao fight. We've all speculated on why this could be on the table. Well, I guess we're all very, very smart because Floyd is facing 2 felony charges.
Oh, boy.
Alleging theft and intent to fraud. He wrote a bad check for $200,000 in Vegas buying a watch.
Was that frowned down upon?
Apparently.
Should he have not done that?
You can't write a check for $100,000 or greater and pass it along.
Was that wrong?
Apparently, it's no
Should I
good.
have not done that?
He also reportedly owes millions in taxes. They're saying all of the things we've expected, which is why Floyd is trying his best. Again, I don't know how you could have made the money Floyd Mayweather has made and be writing checks that don't exist. It's absolutely crazy. ENN tonight, of course, brought to you by our friends over at Fanatics Fest. Like we said, if you want to see your world champion Knicks, they're going to be there. Autographs, photo apps, conversations, a live roommates podcast. It's all happening. And if you want to win tickets to Fanatics Fest, you can get a pair on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest tile and submit your entry. That's ENN on this Tuesday.
Well, this was a fun show. So much so we're going to do it again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We've got the parade coming up on Thursday as we get to celebrate the Knicks championship for a few more days. Mets, Reds, like you dream about and read about. Coming up next on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop,